Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards. We are coming to you live on twitch.tv/Inglorious Bards, mostly every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. And we're also available on our YouTube channel, and you can check us out on every podcast platform. We are bringing to you tonight, I believe, adventure number 19. Our heroes have left the city of Elmithra, and what will they get into next? We shall soon find out. A special thank you to Delzoon Mora, one of our patron subscribers. Thank you so much, Delzoon. And if you want to be just as cool as Delzoon, drop by patreon.com/ingloriousbards. A few bucks get you access to a bunch of great additional content, including our after show, where we get into the thick of it about everything that we think happened in the show after the show. Without further ado, let's and quickly announce that Jeremy will not be joining us. He is off this week, so we will be missing Jeremy, and hopefully we'll have him back real soon. And now, without further ado, let's get a recap of what happened last time from Seth.
Hello! The heroes, returning to town after their treasure haul, take a much-needed rest. The rest is short-lived, though, as Valamir is visited by a weird ethereal form of a woman with a horribly scarred face, calling herself Syrian, the messenger of pain. She has two ghastly beasts with her. Valamir is warned to not pursue the path of repairing the ley lines. Valamir refuses. Syrian disappears as quickly as she appeared, saying her master, the Wizard of Zexa, wants Valamir dead. The two beasties attack. Actually, one of these stinky beasties comes after each hero in their respective beds. They make quick work of them, though. The heroes collect themselves and head off to the university to scour the library and gain more information on the Dark Wizard and the Messenger of Pain. It has come time for the heroes to leave Elmithra. They all purchase horses and head off north to Canabrin. And that, my friends and foes, is where the adventure begins.
Several men in brown hooded robes kneel on a metal floor. Between them, a bright green translucent cube appears. They slowly move their hands, causing the translucent cube to rotate in the air. One of the hooded men speaks to the others. "Their eyes are getting ever closer." A second cube appears. Another hooded man replies, "Forget the new path. We cannot be found." A third translucent cube appears, tumbling in the air around the other cubes. "We must leave this place before we are found. If we are found, we are destroyed. If we are destroyed, then everything. All of this was for nothing." Their eyes are getting closer. Our view now sweeps across the kingdom of Calaviaire, a central kingdom within the world of Varen. Surrounded by massive mountain ranges with three huge rivers that cut through the kingdom, it is a region of gentle rolling hills, huge sweeping plains, major cities, largest in the entire world of Varen, yet still dangerous out on the roads. It is sunset along the Glaive River, a few days south of the capital of Calaviaire, the city known as Canabrin. Along this Glaive River is the road that follows it, connecting Canabrin and the city of Elmithra, where our heroes have left several days earlier. There is a camp that has been set up along the road. There are some horses, a couple lean-tos set up, propped up with some branches, and our heroes are resting. Up upon the top is a bluff that the river is cut into with the road below, and about maybe 20, 30 feet above is a bluff where Fiona is currently laying on a blanket, contemplating the life and the world as you look out into the sunset. With you, laying in the grass, not too far, is Aragus Willoughby, our bard, who's noodling around on his lute, getting into tune. But right now, it's just a lazy view. It is peaceful and it is serene. And what thoughts go through your mind as you guys are now on the road right now, off and away from the city, not being chased down or diving into horrific battles, as you just see the sunset slowly descending and fading behind the rolling hills of Calaviaire.
How many days has it been since we left Elmithra?
2. Just 2.
So Fiona is scribbling notes in her book, mostly about this competition coming up.
Okay, so ignoring the beauty scene entirely,
Yeah,
she
for
is
sure.
lost in a book.
Found yourself on a blanket. You just
Yes.
don't know.
Aragus is like
best
putting
light.
together. Aragus is putting together like the most beautiful sonnets of all time.
Beautiful is a word. Aragus is looking around at the peaks and valleys. He's also thinking about what wildlife, what groups, bandits, hordes, anything like that we might come across, and is just sort of trying to write little jokes and quips in his little joke book that he has. He's got a song book and a joke book. He's writing verses. He's writing soliloquies. Just preparing himself for any kind of performance that may need to be.
You two are again on this little bluff above the river and the road. A wind blows your traveling cloaks and almost flips over the blanket that would have blown away if you weren't laying on it. It's a little bit of a cool wind as you're out here in nature. You hear laughter from down below as Valamir has said something funny that only makes him laugh. You didn't even hear the joke. You just hear his laugh. And somehow that makes Vessel laugh. What does Vessel laugh sound like? Go to 10. All right. And you look down and you can see the Goliath of the group, Caven, the paladin, is putting away some cook pots and getting some bags stowed and getting ready to rest for the night. And Caven, you are with your friends Valamir and Vessel down at the camp proper. The river is slowly flowing by. You can see there's a barge upriver that is slowly coming. It's lighting up a couple lanterns as they're flowing down the river, but your gaze heads back down south as you look down the road where your brother will hopefully be coming, as Cole is not here. He was wrapping up quote-unquote business back in Elmithra, most likely gambling and fighting, and said he would catch up on horseback as soon as possible.
Convenient.
I hope Cole gets here soon.
Anything you guys want to do?
There has been a couple things Valamir has been doing. One is spending time with the attunement rod, specifically trying to snuff out any necromancy attached to that rod. He has some suspicions about the
Alignment
queens. Yes, the alignment rod.
Okay. Make an Arcana roll.
That's going to be a 25.
Wow. With a 25, you believe with confidence there's nothing necromantic about this alignment rod. This is an alignment rod given to you by Reginald of the Queen's Cabal
Yes.
some time ago. There is nothing necromantic about it, and you get a sense that its function is exactly as described. Closing cascade arcs that are openings that have happened about ley lines. Cascade arcs are almost like junction points for ley lines that are known, but now they've broken down, and so this can realign them.
Yes, I know what cascade arcs are.
And as you're thinking about this, some magical things you're waving your hands over. There's even some formulae that you recall as a child seeing on a whiteboard that your dad worked on that comes to mind that all also kind of makes sense behind this as well. But no necromancy.
And the one other thing, and bear with me, Aragus, if you'll give me a perception check. Just a 10. Easy one.
Perception check?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm uncomfortable.
Just roll with it.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Very good. All right. Carry on.
All right.
Valamir zips back up.
All right, what happens next? DM Valamir.
There's just something Valamir's been doing at night.
Hope
just,
Chris doesn't have a horde of orcs prepared for me.
All right, night's descending. You guys.
Argus will do something
go
just
for
real
it.
quick. He'll walk down and see Caven appears to be a little more upset than usual. Trying to discern his frowns from smiles is still tricky for Argus, but he walks over to Caven. Caven, are you all right?
I'm just doing dishes.
You seem a bit down. I know Cole's not with us, but he is safe.
Cole is safe when I'm there to protect him.
Oh, don't worry, my friend. Cole had a low roll, so I gave him the full. He'll be behind us in just a couple days. Don't worry.
There was room on my warhorse.
I think he was scared of the smoke coming off of its butt.
He had the shits.
Is that what that was?
It's his first time on Pebble's first time in the material plane. He was nervous.
Well, I just want to assure you, he will be with us soon. He's just having a slow go of it.
Yes. Hopefully he arrives without incident.
This stew smells awful good. Is it ready?
It was ready 3 hours ago.
So, no? That's
Tim's definitely not a yes and tonight.
all right.
All right.
We didn't agree on that backstory.
And
Sit over there after the break.
And you guys rest. You set up a watch of a couple hours each as the river continues to flow alongside the road, and wake up the next day and continue your travels. You are on riding horses. I believe one of you has a pony?
Yep.
Fiona
I think
has a
two
pony?
of us have ponies, so two little people.
Oh, and Argus does. And then
Pony or a mini
Caven,
horse?
you had the special mount. What was the special mount?
I have a warhorse.
But it's not just a warhorse.
It is a...
It's a magical warhorse.
I mean,
It's a
you
warhorse
could use
with
that
with
word,
IBS, apparently.
but I'm looking for a different word.
Ethereal,
Steed.
right?
Spectral.
Theory. Spectral. Thank you, Spectral. Spectral warhorse.
Okay.
Pebbles, you can call him.
Pebbles?
Pebbles.
All right.
So it is of a ghostly visage and not of a standard animal? In other words, would it scare the crap out of a town person?
No, it says assumes the form of an unusually
No, it's
intelligent,
a-
strong, and loyal
Yeah, it's a
steed.
known,
Okay, all right. I
a
was just
known
wondering.
animal.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
You can
This
also
time.
summon a pony, camel, elk, or mastiff.
Or maybe,
Camel's gotta be
or
the way
maybe
to
a
go.
big mountain goat.
A sheep.
Warhorse it is. Oh, that's
Even
also cool.
mighty.
While your steed was within 1 mile of you, you can communicate with each other telepathically.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Nice.
right. You guys travel along the river on your mounts in the single file line. You pass by a small caravan of carts coming the opposite way. They're a little wary, but they bid you good day and continue right on past.
Good day.
Cracker Jacks popcorn.
As you continue making your way north towards the capital of Canabrin, you guys decide to have a conversation on horseback of what the hell you're going to do, so your game master has some idea of what your plan is.
Where do
this
we,
is a lot of fun, but if we could gallop a little bit, I'd appreciate it.
where do we find the Cabal?
And Kennebrin,
Where in Canterbury?
where the Cabal resides, I do not know.
I don't think it'll be hard to find.
We'll probably have to ask. I've not been to Kennebrin in some time.
Last time they found us.
Indeed.
Well, we sort of dropped upon each other at the scene of a crime.
We
so-
sort of have a standing invitation with them as well.
Well, your
If
alignment
Reginald
rod
is to
point the
believe.
way.
I think we can like go to the church and ask, or we go to the Brotherhood. I mean, I don't think it's a secret.
Yes, any new associations in town?
So check in with them, and then we head off. We head off to Gandarok. Yeah.
Yeah.
For your contest?
Yeah.
And to investigate the ley line there.
Yeah. That too.
Indeed. It does seem to be our plan to inquire of the Queen's Cabal. Perhaps,
What do we do and what do we ask them?
Given our
Well-
last meeting, I would prefer to avoid them.
Yeah.
That's
I think
just me.
we just gotta check in with them.
I think if we
See
go
if there's
in,
any new developments.
if we go in asking more about the ley line situation, that should lead us in the direction of any perpetuals.
I'm not prepared to give them much in the way of what we know of the matter at the moment.
Everything we
but,
know, they've told us.
eh,
Yeah.
I
Look at your
do
letter.
have some
Look
some
at your
additional thoughts and knowledge upon the
Okay.
ley lines.
And
Some
Fiona,
things
as you
not
were
quite mentioned.
rightfully concerned about the about Valamir's father's information being fruitful, I am equally as doubtful these Queen's Cabal are as close to her as they claim, with being so new. She seems rash from what I've heard, but she is not unintelligent.
Oh yeah. It's just not a good thing I've ever heard about the Queen.
Well, politics isn't all that. But towards Canterbury, I suppose? Further on.
You head on. You travel for another day or so.
What?
Nothing. Just days counting down.
What do you?
Oh.
Oh, to the competition. Gotcha.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah.
As you ride one day, the road getting further away from the river for just a spell, and riding through a larger area of tall bushes and smaller trees, you hear off in the distance, ahead and to the right, a thin voice call out, "Help! Help!"
Cole, is that you?
Not only is the wrong voice, it's the wrong direction. You think it's the wrong gender.
Just any sound. Go! What are you doing, Tim?
We're going to help Cole.
Why isn't someone helping me already?
I am
Yeah.
here.
I'm assuming the warhorse is in the lead of
Pebbles.
this party. So, horses naturally lead where the lead horse is going. So I'm
Yeah.
just following the lead horse.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Cole is headed that way.
Haven is heading that way.
Or Haven
Haven is.
straight into the ambush.
All right. We need a spell that one of your names gets permanently changed, but like a curse or something like to like Todd.
Just throw some more chaos ley line
Yeah.
stuff at me. I'm sure it'll happen in the next one.
I mean, Caven could go by his first name.
Caven is his middle name? Oh my god.
What's his first name? Don't
Cliff.
say.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Cliff Caven.
That should just be his name, not Boulderfall. Cliff Caven is a great name.
Riding fast. Caven is racing off towards the cry for help. Yes.
Yes.
All right. You ride and zip around some bushes, leap over some smaller bushes, dipping underneath some trees. You ride, and it doesn't take long before you come across a bit of a clearing where you see a individual in distress. rests. You see there is a thick pole, maybe 2 feet wide, 8 feet tall. Hanging from it is a chain and a tall bird cage. Within that bird cage is a feathered being, a pixie. Standing in that bird cage, little fingers wrapped around the bird cage and shaking it. And you see this little pixie. Help, help, help! Up here!
I will rescue you, even though you are not my brother.
What?
Hold still, and I will get you down.
Well,
Are we there or not?
You
there
guys.
might be a
We're-
reason
Yeah.
that they're in that cage.
Yeah, hold on for a moment, Caven.
The Fae are bad luck.
Argus just walks up to her. Are you feeling all right? You feeling okay, bitch? No, he just walks up. Madam, are you okay?
Never mind.
Is everything all right?
Some
And Argus is darting back and forth, looking at all around the clearing.
Oh, all right. Make a perception roll.
All right, hopefully better than a 6. Perception. How about a 14?
14. Nothing catches your eye. The pixie says, "No, I'm not all right. I've been captured, and you need to set me free."
Who captured you?
Stupid little growling monsters.
Where are they?
Oh, they're close.
Fiona can use your tools.
Yeah, come over here, and I climb up on your head, and I still don't know if this is a great idea.
Ooh, he's strong. She's admiring you.
If I let you out, are you gonna be nice?
As nice as I can be.
That's not a great answer.
That's a no.
What's your name?
My name is Lissy. What's your name?
I'm Fiona.
Well, hi, Fiona. Please let me out.
What are you gonna do when I let you out?
I'm going to get out from underneath these cages and try and get some of my magic back. This isn't a normal cage, I think.
Oh.
What's your
If you-
magic stone?
It's not working.
What'd you do to these little creatures that they locked you up?
Oh, I didn't do anything.
That's not convincing.
That's extra not convincing.
That's not important right now.
That is important.
But if you don't let me out, they may come soon. We've got to go.
I know.
Cage
Maybe.
inhibits magic.
Yeah, Fiona wants to.
Oh my god, that thing talks.
Fiona wants to investigate the
Fae or
cage
bad luck.
All
itself
right.
and see what magic properties.
No. The lock's right here.
Yeah. Hold on a
She's
second.
pointing and pointing.
Can she determine how the cage was made and maybe who might be responsible for making it?
Ooh, make an Arcana roll.
An 18?
An 18. You can sense that this is something old. It has kind of tribal trappings around it that have been added after the fact. Little totems, little symbols, little tied leather straps with colored rocks on it, but none of that have anything to do with it. It's an older cage that you believe has some sort of magical effect to it.
Okay. What does everybody think? Do I let this creature out?
The name is Lissy. Thank you very much.
Do I let Lissy out?
I vote yes.
You don't get a vote.
Well, Cole's not here, so I think we still need the numbers.
You can be the tiebreaker. And there's only 5 of us, so.
Valamir, what do you think? She seems friendly enough, but
Fae are unpredictable and self-serving creatures. They are not evil by nature, but nor are they good. They,
An arrow flies out through the woods
From the cage? Oh.
and strikes Valamir with a 16.
that will hit. Yes, indeed.
5 points of piercing damage as he has this rather relaxed conversation. Well, it is known that the...
All right, that was rude.
You are struck, Valamir, and are knocked from your mount. As you look around, you see in the freakishly square clearing that you are in on this battle map. There are about a dozen gnolls
Oh my
coming
gosh.
in from not one, not two, but 3 different directions, quickly closing
Great
in. They're
fireball defeater, if I ever heard it.
Their little hyena-like chittering and howling and slight little barking as they close in. Some have bows out, some have swords out, and I am showing our battle map right now.
And that was 5 points of damage to you, Valamir?
Yes, and you said we have 10 temporary?
No, that was days back.
We actually have 9 temporary. I rolled that earlier. I forgot.
That's your
to mention.
shield that you provide the group.
Yeah.
Temporary shield. All right, so we have a battle map you guys should be able to see. Those of you listening right now, you can also check out some of these battles on our
Some
Twitch live
technical
stream,
issues.
or check out YouTube, and you can see the battle map yourself. So we have our 5 heroes in the middle. To the northeast are about 4 of these barking bipedal dog-like gnolls. There are 4 more to the southeast, and then to the southwest there are about 7 of them.
Now that is a map.
We have already rolled initiative, and there's a couple different types of gnolls, and a whole bunch are going to go, but Aragus goes first.
Oh, great. I am just waiting for full visualization. Oh my, there are
Yeah. I'm
so
having some
many.
technical issues with the map here.
That's
my
fine.
end. Getting some
Can
lag.
you tell me from which direction the arrow came?
From the southwest.
Okay. Great. And Tim, if you could give me distance to that kind of pack of gnolls to the southwest.
To the south.
Yes.
I
Somebody?
And there's only one of us that's no longer on horseback. Or pony
just
back.
get it.
I think I'm standing on top of
Oh, that would be okay.
Caden, so
Anybody?
at least the 2 of us
Again,
are.
I'm having
unmounted.
some
I'm
technical
just-
issues.
What are you
So
looking for?
cannot-
I need distance to the southwest gnolls.
Yeah, I'm getting like a hardcore lag where I'm like my inputs are delayed a
It's
couple
too many
seconds.
knolls.
Yes, I would
Hardware
believe that.
acceleration.
So
enabled.
Tom, I'm gonna just hand that all over to you. Hopefully, it's performing better for you, sir.
55 feet, Aragus.
Okay. I will, if you could for me get a cube of 30 feet around those gnolls.
You want a cube?
Yes.
Oh.
A square of some type.
A 30-foot by 30-foot cube?
A 30-foot cube within range. So on his horseback, still looking at the fey creature and seeing the gnolls somewhat come appear in the clearing. The notes on Aragus's lute become what's the word? Corporeal. They become actual things. They become mist. They become light. They start dancing. They all start dancing in a huge kind of wave over to the gnolls. And so I'm casting Hypnotic Pattern, which is a level 3 spell.
It's a good one.
So I create a twisting pattern of colors that weave through the air inside a 30-foot cube. Pattern appears for a moment and then vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees this pattern must make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw for the lot of them. What's their target number?
That would be wisdom for me is 13.
Okay. That is a pass. 13, you said?
Yes.
That is pass. Pass. And then there are 2 more. And they are fail.
Jesus.
Critical success.
Damn.
Seriously?
Got some bad luck on that one.
I think they're just more powerful than I
I
assumed.
don't know how wise gnolls are. But maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then just the one is charmed.
Charm.
Unless your critical success cancels that out.
Nope.
Yeah, so while he's charmed, he is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
All right, he is incapacitated. He's just staring at the pretty sparkles. He is incapacitated. He takes no. Wow. For the duration, really can't
Yep.
take actions or reactions. That's brutal.
Unless he is attacked.
Attacked or
Takes
someone
damage.
tries to shake him awake. All right, and that's one of the larger ones is affected by that. Great, and that spell is done. You have move left. Otherwise,
I will just dismount the pony and give it a slap to run into the run out into the forest.
All right. Arrows are fired by 2 of these guys. One is fired at the closest, which is... No, Fiona is not there.
I'm going to
Fiona
assume
is...
Valamir might be prone at this stage since he was just knocked off his horse.
Yes. They are going to fire at Caven. No, there's a tree kind of in the way. He's going to move closer and then fire at Aragus. An arrow comes flying at you with an 11 to hit.
Miss.
Another one is going to move up and shoot at Vessel, a large being. And the arrow flies through with a 7 to hit. And the other 2 run like crazy. One right up to Aragus, the other just shy of Valamir. And there are a couple more. There are 2 over here. They're going to hide within the trees, and they're going to fire at Aragus as well. 2 more shots coming at you, Bard. Critical hit.
Ouch.
Okay.
And a 15. Does the 15 hit?
It does.
Okay, the 15 is 5 points of piercing.
Okay.
The critical hit is a different story. It is 16, 17 plus 2, 19 points of damage right in the belly. Shunk.
Okay.
Big ol' hit on you. There is another knoll, and it is racing full speed towards...
I have 9 hit points left, and I've been attacked once.
Racing towards the cleric Vessel, charging right at you. They are all done. There is a Knoll Pack Lord to the northeast. He continues to hide behind some of these trees, calls out in
11.
order, and another shot is fired at the Bard. He makes one of the other guys fire. He spurs them on. The shot is a 13 to hit. Think it's
That
a
is
miss.
my AC.
Oh, and you are hit for, I don't know what you said, but it's 5 points of piercing.
Okay, I'm going to use my temporary hit points to eat up some of that.
That should have come off first regardless.
It will
Yeah.
when I do the math.
Yeah.
Okay. He is done. It is now Vessel's turn. Arrows flying
He's
in.
taken 20 so far.
Yeah.
Vessel, your turn.
Go ahead. I thought you were saying I was being attacked.
No, it is your turn.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing all of these arrows coming at the Bard. How far away is the Bard from me? Aragus. Where is Aragus?
Looks like 15 feet to your south.
15 feet.
I didn't use my loot.
I would dismount. We're in a pretty tight space. I will dismount as part of my move, get over to Aragus, and commence some healing.
Okay, what kind of healing?
We'll do Cure Wounds at level 2. That'll be 2d8. At 2. That is level 1. I gotta look.
All right, we're going to move
Spell.
on. While you're doing healing,
Yeah.
Caven, you can go.
He wants to take this. Can he easily take this cage down off this pole and chain?
Easily, no. As your standard action, yes.
Okay, we'll use an action to do that.
Okay.
And
Do you take me off of you?
She's on your shoulders. You have to dump her, Fiona.
And then is that could be a free action?
Yeah.
Dump her off.
Mm-hmm.
Picks her up and sets her on the ground, and then he races towards Aragus on pebbles. And as he passes Aragus, he reaches out and touches him.
You still have this cage?
Yeah, in one hand.
I have healed Aragus for 9. It was a very low roll,
Reaches out
unfortunately.
and touches him with a bonus action and casts Shield of Faith, which gives him 2 AC.
Okay.
Oh,
Plus 2 AC.
Good. There's a knoll right in his face. That will come in handy. Valamir.
Valamir comes up with wearing now a shield,
Okay.
holding a shield, and also he just crushes something in his hand, and it happened to be something that Fiona had given him before,
What is it called?
and it's called a time crystal. So Valamir seems to be, the world seems to stand still for a moment as he gains an additional standard action for that round. So several things are going to happen. There is going to be a fog cloud that appears to the just to the southwest. It's going to be just behind the knolls that are within melee range, but obscuring the vision of the hopefully 5 knolls there in that area from us.
Can you click on the map or hold up to ping on the map so I know what you're talking about?
Yeah, just kind of right. I don't know if I can.
Are you using the Ring of Obscuring?
Yes.
It casts Fog Cloud. The cloud is centered on you when it first appears and lasts 1 minute, no concentration. That's what the Ring of Obscuring does.
Oh, so it's different than the fog
Slightly
spell.
different than the fog.
Okay. In that case, a couple different things will happen then. Valamir will say, "You know what this battle needs? More Valamirs." And we'll cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
And then he will say, "And I believe a fireball," and will swirl his hand, and a ball of actual fire will appear in his hand, and he casts it down to the southeast.
To the southeast.
Yes,
there
there's
are.
4 knolls down there, and I'm pretty sure I can hit all 4 of them.
All right.
Make dexterity saving throws. My spell DC is 15, if that matters.
15. That is a fail and a fail.
All right.
On the first 2, the leader passes for half damage, and the one in the rear fails.
34 or 16, 34 or 18 damage.
What?
With the fireball.
You destroy 2 of the gnolls that were shooting arrows from the trees.
Yeah.
You did 34. You destroy the gnoll flesh gnar in the rear, and you said 18 is half damage. You light on fire the...
I'm sorry, 17.
17. He gives out a howl, the Gnoll Pack Lord, as flame erupts. Some of the bushes light on fire, and you launch the first ever fireball of the campaign.
Woo!
Nice.
It felt good.
All right. It is time for some Gnoll flesh gnars to engage. They would love to gnaw on some flesh. What does that take? That takes one of those, and it doesn't rock on. Okay, it's going to do a charge. They're charging from the southeast. I can barely see the distances here. Let me close in. There we go. They are charging in to the group. If I can get there, 60 feet.
60 feet.
It's probably.
Double move, yeah.
Another one races up and is right in Aragus's face. It's another one that's going to use some of these trees. Be aware that there are some trees that are a little hard to spot, and he's using this tree for cover. There are 3 more to the northeast. one of which is racing at Fiona, another of which is racing at one of the many Valamirs, and a third is firing its bow from there at one of the Valamirs with a roll that has to be made.
Good job. with that.
Mirror image.
Yes. What's that?
Mirror image. Isn't there a roll you have to make, I think, when I attack
Yeah,
him?
it's a 1 in. I have to roll. I forget what the roll is. I'm so sorry. I was caught off guard.
It was 6 under, 8 under, 10 under.
Yeah. So it's 20-sided die.
20-sided die, yeah.
All
Roll
right.
that.
16 is total.
So that's a mirror image.
Yes.
All right, and it misses, so nothing happens. It fires a second arrow and roll again, and it hits this one.
What's it? But it has to actually hit.
19 is a hit.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
It did, but don't be as sure as you think.
All right.
12
12. So that misses you.
again.
But
Yeah.
it destroys one of your.
Yes. 2 of my images are down now.
No, the first
Oh.
one was a miss.
Okay, perfect.
All right, I'm deleting him from the map. I have 3 copies of you on there.
Make sure you don't delete the actual value.
That might be for the best. Fiona.
I'm not supposed to fade away too.
Oh, so there is one right on top of her.
Yeah, came just racing on all fours.
Okay. Fiona's little cannon, her new cannon on her shoulder, lights up, and she's going to cast Scorching Ray,
Nice.
and that'll be 3 different attacks, and I'm going to do 1 attack on each of the 3 to the northeast, including the one right next to her, which will be a disadvantage.
Okay, let's start with that one. Scorching rays blast out.
15 to hit.
Hits.
Only 3 points. No. That is. Got to roll the d8. Jesus, 4 points of damage.
4 points, not a lot. Who are the other 2 targets?
The other 2 to the in the northeasterly direction.
I'm not sure who those are. I see.
So the one to the northeast of one of Valamir's,
Okay.
and then the one that's far in the corner.
Okay, I got it. All right. 3 rays arc across the grass.
A 13 to hit.
Is a miss. And then the far guy
A 18 to hit.
definitely hits.
That is 17 points of
Oh,
fire
it's a
damage.
brutal hit. Still alive, but gives out another painful yelp. That one is near death.
And then the cannon on Vessel's shoulder is going to light up, and it's going to shoot at the one right next to Fiona.
Oh, okay, cool. Piercing through clones of Valimir, the shot blasts out.
A non-natural 20 to hit,
Is a hit.
and 11 points.
Big hit. That's a lot of damage.
And that's force damage.
All right, and then you hear, "Let me go! Let me go!" To you, Caven, from inside the cage you were holding on to.
Caven takes the first he says, "Be safe, Aragus," and he continues to race to the southeast with Lissy in his hand, and he races all the way down to this.
It's not your turn.
Oh,
It's just a request.
okay. He doesn't put him down.
Aragus,
Put
it
her
is
down.
your turn.
Okay. You too, Caven. Be safe as well. Aragus will turn to the knolls, and to the south of him, the 3.
There's 4 very close to you.
But there's only 3 to the south of me.
That's true.
He'll say to just all 3 of them, "Oh, now I know what happens when you scrape the bottom of the barrel." And he'll cast Bane on all 3 of them, which is a charisma saving throw.
Uh-oh. This could be a problem.
Not another popular accolade.
Charisma.
What's their number, the target number?
It's going to
13?
be a 13.
That's a miss.
Or 15, excuse me.
That is a
15.
So 1 miss, a pass, and then the last one's a little different.
Chicka-ching! The overwhelming chords ability has been triggered.
Oh. This is charging up your magical loot.
Yes.
So, going back to the spell before we go on to additional
actually-
abilities, let's deal with the Bane spell
Yeah.
first, though. So, you have 2 fails. What happens with that?
2 failures. They are going to be punished. They now have a D4 negative, which is
Whenever the target that fails to makes an
4.
attack before the target must roll. No, every time they do it.
Yeah.
So you don't need to roll.
Oh, okay, great.
You can see within range up to 3 creatures. Whenever a target that fails to makes an attack before the spell ends, so you just need to keep concentrating. It's a D4 from every attack or saving throw. Oh man, they gotta crack that one off of you with concentration as fast as they can. That's annoying. Good job. And, that is that
And
one.
nothing happens to the one that passed because I actually did not. I have to say the overwhelming chord before you call out the save. So
Say that one more time.
I have to call out that I'm doing overwhelming chords before you tell me your result because you told me you passed and then I added it by mistake. So
Okay.
It wouldn't have.
All right. We've got. I don't know. We'll do.
We're still waiting on the overwhelming chords.
All right. The gnolls are going next. These are the smaller ones, still deadly. There are 2 archers to the southwest. The 2 to the southeast, that freaking German MG44 bunker got taken out by the fireball. However, there's another one in the trees to the southwest.
Yeah, we'll see.
They are going to shoot at an easy-to-see Caven on top of horseback. And they only get 1 shot, really? Yup.
Before you tell us the result, Aragus will use his bonus action to say to Vessel, we're going to need you. I am going to need your help. And I'll give you some bardic inspiration, which is a bonus D8.
For the next 10 minutes of a choice of what he wants.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pay it forward instead of paying it back. Yeah.
An arrow flies through the air and misses the horseman Caven by far. Another shot, though, goes after Fiona, as the rest of the people are kind of covered by their friendly gnolls. Fiona is hit, I believe, with a non-natural 20.
Oh, yeah, big time.
With a massive grazing 2 points of piercing damage. Just barely nicks you as it goes by.
No.
Knocks Aragus down. Get the
There is a gnoll that is behind the 3 Valamirs, which is a great opera group, by the way.
Yes. Soprano, alto.
Soprano again, oddly enough.
Why are you here?
Mezzo soprano.
And it comes leaping up and biting at one of them. Let's just roll the 2 hit first, and that is a 14.
I will miss.
And misses. There is no one there. There is no one there. There are 2 that are next to Valamir. One's actually going to lash out at you, Caven, on your leg, on your horse, and it's going to do that with its spear that it has.
Is it lashing out at me or at my
Not
war
your
horse?
Just at you. Pokes and easily misses as you're galloping by quickly. However, there is another one that is attacking you. And can you roll a d4 for his negative attack Bane, please?
3.
3 is a total of 10. He misses. And no one hits you. You don't have to make a concentration roll. Bum, 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 bum. It is the Gnoll Pack Lord's turn. He is going to charge in behind, still using the trees for cover. What does he can do? He can do 2 longbow attacks. He's got a shot on the Bard and the Cleric. He's going to take it. Shot at the Cleric. 12 to hit. Another longbow at the Bard. 16.
Yep, that hurts.
You have been hit for 9 points of piercing damage, but you've been healed, so that doesn't take you down, right?
Correct.
All right. However, he then barks out, and that inspires a rampage of a gnoll next to you. The one in the middle who... No, it's going to be the one who's Bane. It's going to be the closest one. And that guy gets another bonus attack with a spear. Roll that d4 against
Another
him.
3.
3 is a total of 17 to hit.
Yep.
Still got through. 7 points of piercing.
Okay.
And you've been hit twice. We need to make some rolls here for you to maintain your concentration. So, what did you take? 9 and then 7. So make a Constitution saving throw. Your difficulty is a 10 twice.
Okay. Yep, 19.
And then roll again.
8.
8. You lose the spell on the second hit, the Bane. And it is Vessel's turn.
All right. Vessel. Checking there. It is bonus oriented. We'll perform another heal. Same value. This is a second level heal
On whom?
on the Bard. Senior Pincushion over here.
You got that right.
That.
Oh, and there are more gnolls that are right next to him. They're ready to devour him.
Let's go ahead and kick that up to a level 3 heal then.
Don't let me sway you. Keep it at level 2.
Let's take it back down to level 2.
Don't listen to Tom.
A level 1. Sound. Doesn't that just sound right?
Sounds great. Say level 3 heal.
Alistair's not smiling in any way.
This is
I'm doing
9,
my basic math problems over here. How many? Minus 9 plus 7.
17. Spell level. I think it's 8 on top of that. So we have 17. We have 8 more. That's 25 total heal.
Nice.
Filled with healing power. You still have a move and a bonus. Otherwise,
I'll leave
Caven's up.
Full health again.
I can't. I'm able to cast a spell if it's a different action type, so bonus action.
If it's a cantrip.
If it's a cantrip. Okay. I'm using my movement to get between the gnolls and the grouping of gnolls, I guess, to
Like
the
that,
south.
stepping into the middle like
Yeah,
that?
stepping into the middle.
All right. You're
Try
not
to intercede.
totally protecting them, but you're protecting them from a couple.
I mean, I can share the space of any creature.
The idea is that you not be there so that you can't be a target.
You can like literally stand on top of me.
Yeah.
But then they could attack you.
They could attack you.
Oh, but I
They
would.
have to go
But I-
around me then.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm
That would be
stepping in the way there.
Okay, Caven.
Caven
Actually, I think that
races
heals you
towards
full.
the
Yeah, it does.
Knoll Packward.
Okay.
And once he gets there, he is going to see what his steed can do. He's going to make an attack. For 11.
11 is a miss. And please let me go.
I was hoping you would be using that cage.
I was
As a
actually.
flail. Pixie flail.
Yeah, that was the idea, but it
It's
was a
going to
miss.
get
So
bumpy.
he asks the backward, "Why did you capture this innocent pixie?"
Oh, it responds by gnawing at your leg. Valamir.
Valamir will kind of spin around and seeing the 2 injured gnolls to the northeast off in the distance, the one over there and then one attacking Fiona, he is going to do some wiggle, waggle, piggle, paggles at 2nd level and cast 4 total.
Ooh, upgraded.
And they are 2 at the knoll to the northeast,
Magic missiles.
and they will take 7 points of damage.
She is destroyed.
And then to the other one, it's going to take 8 points of damage. The one that's
He is also destroyed.
attacking Fiona, and then Valamir will step into Aragus's space. So he is stepping away from the one of the gnolls. It will probably take a
Sure will.
opportunity attack.
It will bite you.
Lovely.
No, bites at nothing but air. It's not wasn't paying attention, hearing its compatriots die.
Just saw a bunch of Valamirs walking
Yes.
away and got confused.
There are some knoll flesh gnars, though. 2 of them right next to the giant Warforged cleric that are going to go to town.
Make sure to mention to Cole those kills. 6 or 7 so far, I believe.
Vessel, it bites at you with a critical hit,
Okay.
then swings with a short sword with a 19 to hit,
Okay.
and then a 21 to hit.
All 3 hit.
Wow. Goodness.
Going backwards, 4 piercing, then 4 piercing, and then the critical bite. 12 piercing.
Okay. Oh.
There is another one right next to him who does the same triple combo. He, however, misses, then misses and swings with his sword with a critical hit. Got 3 already this battle. 12, 14, 15 points of piercing with the short sword.
Okay.
How's Vessel looking?
He's fine.
Just fine. Springing out from behind a bush comes another one of these Knoll flesh gnawers at Fiona, thinking she's clear and safe from the creature that was just on her. There's another one right now. He bites with nasty, foul-smelling teeth, but you duck underneath it. Pokes at you with a short sword. You duck underneath it. He then finally goes low, and I believe hits you with a 19
Oh, yeah.
For
Yep.
4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
The last Gnasher, it charges after the many clones of Valamir and is going to
No touchy.
get the triple attack on you as well. See if I can get a hit. That is a miss with the bite, a 13 with the sword, and a 16 with the sword.
Miss.
All of them are misses?
I have a 17 with mage armor and a shield.
Oh, how do you have mage armor on?
I kind of default that. We've had this discussion.
Go on,
before.
but doesn't it only last 8 hours?
8 hours, yeah. Okay.
This is morning routine, no?
All right, we'll say it's good, but then you don't have it in the evening.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair.
All right.
It's evening.
Darkness falls. It is Fiona's turn.
Okay. Fiona is going to do this big Knoll Gnasher right in front of her. Man, you stinky! She's going to dance around a little bit and just get to, move 10 feet to get to the far corner.
I've made it evening in the game.
Fine. Mage armor.
Sorry, go ahead. One more time. Sorry.
Wait, did you become French? I thought,
And Fiona, without
Mage-armor.
moving out of range, wants to move to the northwest corner of this knoll right on top of her.
Okay. Oops. You want to move to the other side
Just
of him?
2 spots to the left.
Okay.
And she's going to poke him in the chest, and then her cannon lights up, and Thunderwave gets cast. So both that one and a 15-foot cube, I think, will catch that one and the knoll a few further feet to the east. And they both need to make Constitution saving throws.
With the thunder rolling.
Yeah.
Thunder rolls and
Constitution
lightning
save.
strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Bow, bow.
It is a 15
That's a terrible roll. That passes.
and a natural 20. The fourth one I've rolled.
So the first one
Suspicious.
will take 3 points of damage.
That's the one right next to you.
And it gets pushed 5 feet.
Okay. Done. A loud eruption of thunder.
This is bull crap.
Bushes part, but not much
terrible roll.
else.
And then a cannon on top of Vessel. There's dudes right there.
while it starts twitching to light up, I go to the knolls in front of him. Run.
And then a 15-foot cone of flame is going to shoot out. And those two need to make dexterity saves.
Oh,
3?
what those same two?
No, the ones next to Vessel.
On the west and southwest side of him?
Yep.
Okay. They're making what saves?
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
That's way better.
I got a 19 for the small one, and the larger knoll one is misses.
Okay. The total roll is 15 points of fire damage. So
Flamey goodness.
one takes half, and the other one takes the full.
Okay, you light them up. There's some howls. They're still alive, but you're dishing out some damage. It's like you're setting up everyone else to finish
Yep,
them off.
that's yeah.
A knoll-tisserie, if you will.
It is Aragus's turn.
Okay. Aragus will. Yeah, I'll go for it again. I'm gonna say to the 3 gnolls on the bottom, just below me there, to the south, something very witty. He'll say,
It's got a big list.
it's a
crazy.
long list. He'll say to the gnolls, "I will tell your mother about this, but I don't speak bitch."
Wow.
That's got to be a level 3.
He'll cast Bane
Everyone just.
Wow. Ooh.
at level
Not
2.
proportionate at all to us trying to murder you.
Ooh, so I'll cast Bane at level 2, which allows me to do up to 4 creatures. So I'll do that to all 4
That are around vessel.
around us. Yeah.
Okay, and what are they rolling?
This is a charisma saving throw.
Charisma.
And as he says that, the overwhelming chords, all the chords, the golden light on each of them, of the strings on the lute, dissipates and it flashes into their eyes. And they also just hear "woof" in a very sarcastic manner before they make their.
All right, so you're using your big effect of overwhelming chords because
Yes.
it's been charged. Now, the catch is this is before an enemy rolls a saving throw against a spell. So you have to
Yes.
choose an enemy.
Oh, before one? The
Just applies to one.
the one with the most health, I suppose.
Okay.
So it'll add 3 to their DC. So 16 is what they're.
That'll be the one
for here.
unharmed underneath. So the one underneath you, the smaller knoll, critically succeeds. The one underneath vessel, also close to you, with a -3, just fails with the overwhelming chords making that happen. The badly injured one fails, and then the small one fails. So pass, fail, fail, fail.
Okay, so the 3 failures are going to have that D4 Bane, and then the one that passed takes 10 sonic damage.
Sonic damage.
Stand by. Let's put some sort of mainish stuff on there. So here's how I want to make sure we're clear on how your awesome loot works. Boop-a-doop. So you have the loot formerly in the hands of Chester, by the way. So what this loot does is it absorbs this for listeners who maybe haven't heard about the loot in a while. It absorbs failures for his spells that are when his spells are resisted. It can hold how many charges? I believe
3 charges.
3 charges. That's called the Dissonant Note ability. So you gain no more than 1 charge per spell cast, no matter how many enemies fail their saving throw. So you've charged it up, and then you can unleash overwhelming chords. When you do that, you pick one enemy who is about to make a save against a spell you cast. You chose the guy to the most unharmed guy. So he has passed. So overwhelming chords is done.
Yeah.
So there is no sonic damage for that. Overwhelming chords only applies to one guy. That's
It wasn't the one that I chose?
so you chose the most unharmed. That's going to be south of Vessel. He failed. So
Okay.
That's great.
I can't really see which one is which, so yeah, that's fine.
no, I'm just letting you know he failed, which is great. It helped him fail. The overwhelming chord says if he goes ahead and passes it anyways, then you deal some extra sonic damage.
Okay.
All right. So you've got Bane on 3 guys. Now you need to not get hit to lose that concentration. You have any bonus action or movement? You want
I will. I can't disengage like stepping away with my movement, can I?
to do? No, not with D&D.
It's an action. Yeah, I'm fine then.
Staying right there. We have the smaller gnolls now going. Our 2 archers to the southwest are going to protect their leader and fire at Caven on horseback. That is a bad miss and another bad miss. They are nervous and their shots go wide. There is a creature, a gnoll, right next to Aaron. No, he's going to get flanking on Valamir with some advantage. I don't need to roll that. I've got the attack here, and he is going to spear you. That is a 19.
That would hit, but it's also going to trigger my shield, which will give me a +5 to my AC.
What about your mirror image first?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, we can do that. Let's do that.
We can do that.
That's a 10.
I don't
so-
know what that means.
I
Seth,
don't-
do you see
I
my
don't know.
die?
Oh,
I'll have to look.
You don't have to get it. Just
Is that your new
see
shield?
it?
Yes.
Your new shield?
It is
This
straight
is
in front
different.
of
This is
you.
a magical shield.
Oh, okay.
More in my direction. Now go straight. And it's right there.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, what's happening there?
I'm working on it. All right, mirror image, blah, 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 D20. You must roll an 8 or higher with 1 duplicate. You must roll 11 or higher. 3 duplicates must roll 6 or higher. I have how many duplicates? 3?
Not anymore. No, you've
2.
got 1 left.
1 left. Then 6 herds. No, that would hit me.
Okay,
So that'll
now
trigger
you're
the
trying to
shield.
trigger a shield reaction.
Correct. And that'll give me a +5 till the end of my next
Wow,
turn, I
as
believe.
shielded as you could possibly be.
Yeah, so I'll be AC 22 for the time.
Nice. There is one other knoll, and it is charging in and trying to kill you, but it doesn't, again, know which one is you. We'll just put them all next to you. And it is going to stab at you with a spear, and that is a miss. They are all done. It is Knoll Pack Lord. He is going to... Tim, don't roll a 5 or 6 on a 6-sided die.
How about a 1?
Okay, he cannot incite rampage, and instead he lashes out with a glaive.
A glaive?
Glaive.
Yeesh. Okay.
That is a 17 to hit our paladin,
Miss.
and followed up with an 8.
That misses too.
That misses, and then it runs away, triggering an opportunity attack if you'd like.
Yes.
It's running towards its allies to the southwest. And Vessel, you're next.
Yeah.
That's
Get grouped together.
that's a 23
Ooh,
and 10 points of damage.
10. Ooh. All right. He is running and howling, commanding in the Nolish language to fight. You can tell by his tone, but it is Vessel's turn.
Vessel targets the weakest within range
11.
and
11 points.
Okay.
attacks with his weapon. That is a 13 to hit, 8 points of damage.
Is a miss.
Okay.
Swing and a miss.
That
Yeah.
I've got more.
Oh, go on.
Will cast Sanctuary upon himself now. Bonus action. And I don't need to move any further, so that is my turn.
Caven.
Pebbles and Caven charge after the pack lord, and when they catch up to him, he tries the Pebbles tries to hoof him, and that's a natural 1.
You
0
and
points. No.
Cole's
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah, 0 point. 0 point,
Really.
and that's a 2.
Wow.
Better.
Plus 6 is an 8.
All right, you are struggling. It's a new combat experience for you. You haven't quite got your horse's legs yet.
Pebbles do better.
Valamir, blame your equipment. Valamir.
Valamir looking.
Valamir, I'm wrong. You do have 2 clones.
Perfect. Thank you. Valamir looking around will the knoll that is whatever the most injured knoll nearest me happens to be.
Okay.
He will look at the knoll
Where
and
are
go
you?
double wolf, and will cast a mind sliver upon him. He needs to make an intelligence saving throw, DC 15.
Okay. Okay.
And if he fails, he'll take 2d6, and then will be 1d4 for his next saving throw.
He passes with a 17.
Fucker.
Okay.
All right.
Knoll flesh gnars are now going to gnaw on some flesh. 2 of
And
them.
again, I will actually, if I can, step back on top of Aragus again.
Oh, you're trying to. I'm just trying not to lose. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You're there. Knoll flesh gnars are gnawing on Vessel. I need a -4 roll for the bane upon them.
It's worse than that now.
And
too.
4.
I have Sanctuary. If you are making an attack against me, you must roll a Wisdom save
Okay.
with Bane.
So the 2 is an 8. He fails. What happens?
Fails. He must choose a new target. If he can do that reasonably in his turn.
Any creature who targets the word creature with an attack must make on failed agreements choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. There is no other target for him to attack. He loses it. He will
Noise.
annoyedly then move around to Valamir's side, triggering an attack of opportunity from you if you'd like.
Done.
And that was a 2 for the next one, I believe.
4 for the next one.
That's a miss.
The other one is also going to try to hit you, and with the -4, it gets an 11, which would have been a pass, I believe. So he also cannot get you. He can, however, target someone nearby. He will target Valamir instead. And I need another Bane negative against him.
1.
Rick, that doesn't help either. And he misses Valamir. We don't have to roll that one. That guy's gone. That guy's gone. There's one who's going to charge into Fiona who got pushed back. He charges back in. I skipped that. Yeah, he's going to do a multi-attack on you, Fiona.
Perfect.
13 with a bite. Stabs with a 7 and stabs with a 17.
That would normally hit, but she's gonna use a reaction to bring up shield, and it will miss.
Okay. And then a 17 with that magic
That
shield.
hits.
It's still a hit. That is,
Is
that
your magic
shield,
shield different?
does it
'Cause
stay
it's
up
plus
for the
5.
whole?
Yeah, until the start of your
Oh,
next round.
yeah. Then those both miss.
that's multi-attack goodness right
and it
there.
also absorbs magic
Nice.
missile.
yes.
So that 17 misses.
It absorbs
Nice.
magic missile?
Yeah.
There is one last one of these Null Nashers that is next to Valamir, and it is also doing a triple attack. That is a 15 to hit you.
Miss.
Well, this is with your super shielded thing. What's your armor class at this moment?
22.
Just quickly roll. He misses on all ways. It is Fiona's turn.
Mage armor, shield, and shield.
She's gonna poke this guy in the chest again and cast Thunder Wave, and he will have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 13. No, 15.
We'll take 7 points of damage.
Blasted 5 feet back
Yep.
with a pass. Okay.
And then Vassal, we're gonna do a 15-foot cone of flamethrower, and they need to make a dexterity save.
Those are to the west of Vessel, the 2 targets to the west?
Yes.
Okay, Dex save. That's a Bane next to Vessel.
1.
That can't. Okay, that is a fail. And the other one is not baned and is also fails. All of them enjoy that. feeling.
13 points of fire damage.
Almost killing the one right next to Vessel. And killing the one you just thunder waved away from you.
Nice.
You blasted him backwards into flame coming the other way. And speaking about flaming Aragus, it is your turn.
I'm not sure how to take that, Tom.
I am.
Yeah. Let's see. Aragus has kind of sussed out which one is the pack leader at this point. So he will say to that pack leader something about his teeth.
Okay.
He'll say, quite frankly, my good man, I've seen sharper loaves of bread. And he'll cast Vicious Mockery on the pack leader.
What's he do with that one?
Noel, which is
Wisdom?
a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 9.
That fails. He will take 1d4 psychic
Actually,
damage.
probably, is it a cantrip?
Yeah.
At level 5, it.
They all went
The
up.
damage
All
does.
the
That's
damage
right.
went up.
Thank you.
Full
2d4.
full die.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he has disadvantage on his next.
Well, let's
attack
see what my
roll.
light spell
So,
can do.
6 points of
Wow.
psychic damage.
That's not supposed to do that much damage. Nice.
It is now. And he has disadvantage on his next
On
attack
the
roll.
next attack
before
roll.
the end of his next
All right.
turn. bonus action will be to say to him, "And your breath smells too," and he'll give him unsettling words, which is an extra D8 against his next roll.
Oh, okay. Wow, just plaguing these folks.
Cursing fiend.
Well, the catch now is with our bard, he can start slinging these around with candy because they come back as a short
Every
rest.
short rest, yeah. So every hour.
Which is fantastic. Okay, and they're not spells, so he can get past that limitation as well. It's really nice. The smaller gnolls, of which there are still 5 of them, are going to be attacking. The 2 archers are told to protect me, are firing past their leader at Caven, who I believe charged after them.
He did.
And they fire 2 arrows at you, a total of 20 and then a 5.
Ooh. 20 hits.
20 hits. Shh. Only 4 points of piercing.
He'll take it.
You will? Okay. Then the knoll just to the south of Aragus and Valamir is going to attack Aragus. He only gets 1 hit. That's going to be with his spear, and that is an 18 to hit.
Is he not? Am I not slightly covered?
Yeah, Valamir was trying to basically stand on top of him, so.
Was not able to work
Yeah,
that
that's
way,
fair.
I'm afraid. 18 to hit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That is 8 points of brutal damage. But more so, you need a 10 or higher on a Constitution save to maintain your Bane. Good luck.
Maintain the bang!
Maintain the Bane.
Yep. 18.
Oh, he
plus-
keeps it. There is another knoll behind. No, it's going to go after one of the Araguses. The Aragai.
No, there's only one arrogance.
Not Aragai, sorry, Valamir.
Aragais.
That is a 19,
That was good, but
19 to hit.
miss because I still haven't had my round yet. So until my round starts, I am still shielded.
Oh, insane.
Yeah.
And then there's one next to Vessel who is currently baned.
-1.
Becomes a 12 to hit. No, not even close. Nope. They are all done. It is the Knoll Pack Lord. Oof. Tim, don't roll a 5 or 6.
4.
Okay, he barks orders, but no one's listening. And
Actually, you're going to have to take that back. So we used that roll. He failed the wisdom check to target me. He must choose a new target or lose his attack.
there's no other target, so he misses.
Okay.
We're good.
Just if he was next to someone. I would
Nope, he was not. Okay. Back to the Knoll Pack Lord. He is going to run full speed past his fellows.
Attack of opportunities.
19 to hit
19 hits.
and 8 points of damage.
8. He is bloodied as all hell, barely limping in his run, barely running, but he is running
And
as
he's
fast as
like
he can.
retreating.
He is falling back. Vessel, it is your turn.
Let's see.
Vessel is right there. Aragus is nearby. Vessel will cast Sanctuary upon Aragus as well.
Oh, thank you.
And remains where he's at defensively. So he'll dodge.
Okay. If the warded creature makes an attack, casts a spell that affects an enemy, or deals damage to another creature, the spell ends. Okay. You are now sanctuaried.
Thank you.
Caven on horseback.
Caven now goes after these two gnolls that are in between him and the pack ward.
You are attacked before you do that and scraped on your wrist by a pixie nail. And you take 1 point of slashing damage. Let me go!
But now you got the pixie disease.
Yeah.
You got the pix. The co-pix.
Plexia.
I'm down. Pixia.
I cannot let you go until I know you're safe.
Hi,
Are you safe? Smash! Are you smash?
The warhorse goes running towards this group of two gnolls, and like does a 10 to try and.
I think you got the dressage horse, not the war horse.
Answers up beautifully.
Have
Now
you
you're
done
affected with
anything in this
dissonant
combat
whispers.
at all?
Got killed by a pixie.
Jeez. All right,
The
Valamir.
horse was almost literally born yesterday, so I mean,
After you're done laughing at Caven,
Yeah,
what do you do?
just watching the spectacle of
And
Valamir's
it's
like,
3 Valamirs laughing.
we cannot have you running away now. And 3 magic missiles go.
3, not 4.
3, yep. So only at first level, and that creature will take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points of damage.
He drops dead, the Knoll leader.
And then Valamir.
cleanup crew.
Yep. That's only like 8 kills so far. And then Valamir will continue to stand his ground above Aragus. And
You want me to start counting assists? I don't think so. So let's just keep it down.
Scottie Pippen is spoken. All right. The rest of the Knolls are fleeing upon seeing their leader taken out. They are scattering. What would you guys like to do about this as a
Shooting
whole?
fire bolts until I can't.
yeah,
Okay.
I think Knolls as evil creatures are, Valamir has no problem cutting them down either.
We will let Tim make a roll.
Oh,
And what you're going to do, Tim, is there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 Knolls left alive.
Yeah.
You're going to roll a d8 and subtract 5. And that's how many get away. So you want to roll low. Roll a d8, subtract 5. That's how many left.
2.
He's just not rolling well tonight at all. You hunt them down, you kill them. You're pretty sure 2 somehow got away in the chaos in the bushes and got away, but you have murdered the lot of them. Well, not Caven. Caven's still trying to figure out what's going on with his horse.
Well, as long as it wasn't a male and a female, we should be fine.
Were these the creatures that captured you?
What? She's stunned, being bounced around inside this cage.
Oh, you remember me?
It's just arms crossed, glaring at you.
You were mean, just mean.
How was I mean?
You're the meanest whatever you are I've ever seen.
I am not mean. I am Caven Boulderfall, a guardian of Celine.
You're not a guardian of pixies, that's for sure.
I'm protecting you.
You tried to use me as a club.
Are you still alive, little pixie?
She turns the other side of the cave and reaches out dramatically with a tiny hand through the bars. Save me! Save me!
I will keep you safe in this river.
Have
And be quiet.
A real pixie will float.
Nope, not a pixie.
That's funny.
Caven, come on now, put the cage down.
The keep sets the cage down.
All right.
Fiona, could you please?
yep. And then, yeah.
Madam, we are going to release you, but I do advise you to remain calm.
What do I need to roll to open the cage?
It doesn't take much after a few jiggles.
And remember, you will be an Ardette, Faye.
Even though you're kind of an arse.
But yes.
Yes.
You unlock the door. Lissy, flings the door open, flies out, and then drops to the ground with her wings very tired and magically altered a bit. And she lands on the ground, drops to her tiny knees, and then rises up and runs directly at Fiona and gives you a hug.
Oh, that's very nice.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
What's
God,
the
he's-
size comparison?
I don't know.
Couple inches.
How many Tinkerbells are we talking here?
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's see. What size are you? Small?
Fiona's like less than 2 feet tall.
Pixie is tiny.
Palm of the hand.
Yeah, be significantly smaller.
And I'm curious. Tiny is... that is not good. That's not good at all. Is a 2x2... it's really small. Yeah, sorry. It's very small.
Okay.
Palm
Like,
of the
so
hand.
like Tinkerbell.
Yeah. How small can a tiny object be? I don't know.
So this cage, even though with wide openings, she was just dramatically.
The magic cage!
Yes, the magic cage. You can only get away with that for so long.
It's smaller on the
I
inside.
saw that scene.
She had
today.
to like keep holding on so she didn't fall
Yeah,
out.
yeah. She fell out twice, had to get back in for the scene to keep going, glaring at the game master. What is this shoddy crap? Who wrote this? You're on. She throws her arms around you and says, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, he is cute as all hell, but is such an ass, she says, nodding
The
towards
horse.
Caven.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess.
I
I've
am not an ass.
I've never thought about him that way, but yeah.
Valamir's, all of you calm down.
They're all looking at each other, raising eyebrows.
Everybody's
It's the shirt
Yeah,
Owlsbear's
baby.
wearing right
Yeah.
now of the three Spider-Man. All right. You've never thought of him? You've thought of him that way?
No.
With those muscles?
No.
That
You
Eastwood
should meet
stare?
his brother.
He has a brother?
Now, Cole Boulderfall. That's a male.
We're twins.
Yeah, but isn't he older? I heard he's older.
Well, who came first?
Wait, what?
Is that really what you want?
What kind of questions are you asking us, Pixie?
Lissy, where's your home?
My home is far away, not here. Not here at all.
Why are you here then?
I was looking for something.
What were you looking for?
It was a magical kind of dust I was looking for.
Oh yeah?
Hell with
Yes.
dust.
What kind of dust? I know some stuff about some magic dust.
You know about pixie dust?
Just
Oh, we know about Pixie dust.
Does
He says, rubbing his nose.
I got some
Yeah.
White Lotus too if you want some.
I'll be right. I'll be in my lean-to.
does Fiona know anything about pixie dust?
You can make a nature roll.
Yeah.
I really want you to make occult rolls, but they don't have it in the system.
religion.
That's a 22.
22, you know there is a generic magical concept called pixie dust that is found in the material world that the pixies love to have back in their Fey realm, an entire different dimension, that can do all sorts of mischievous things and annoying things. It can be more of a proper component to do some light healing or those type of things in their world, but while they're in the prime material plane, it is used for annoying and harassing people in the most playfully annoying ways possible.
I've heard of this pixie dust. I've never interacted with it though.
Oh, my wings. So sore. I was in there for at least half an hour.
Oh, doesn't seem that bad.
It was uncomfortable.
Give her some dust to dry.
Where are you looking for this pixie dust? Did the gnolls have it?
They were. I was.
You
sleeping.
sound like you're about to lie.
I was.
in our debt. You hear Valimir say as he's like looting gnolls.
I was sleeping. I will admit, and they came upon me and ambushed me. You've seen them ambush; they're quiet
Yeah.
as possible.
I don't like those creatures at all.
And where are you all headed?
Oh, we're headed to Canterbury.
To Canterbury with a hard A sound.
Yeah.
It's regional. Depending.
In the Fae, we pronounce it correctly.
Oh,
In
no.
the original.
As a gnome, I pronounce it correctly.
Oh, why are you heading there?
Will some of us have some business there?
That sounds like you're about to lie to me.
We're going to meet an old friend.
An old friend?
Sounds like you have lied to me.
I've never been to Canterbury.
Oh,
Maybe I'll come with you.
I know. I mean, it sounds like you need to fix your wings and find some pixie dust. There's not going to be any pixie dust.
Aw,
We have a cage.
Yeah.
you're hurting my feelings.
Why am I hurting your feelings?
Sounds like you don't want me around.
You said yourself you need pixie dust.
I know that you want me around. She sides up to Aragus. She puts her arm around your shoulder. Aren't you just the most magical little voiced halfling I've ever heard?
I don't like that. Get off. I'm from the devil. Thank you. Lizzie, how did you come to this realm?
I can come and go as I please.
Really?
Yes.
It's a handy little trick to have.
sometimes things can get challenging at home, and so I decided to have a vacation here for a while.
She was banned.
Got alcoholic Pixie parents.
Well, we don't want to dismiss you so easily, my dear Pixie friend, but we are on a bit of a short schedule, and we don't really have much time to look for things that we don't personally need ourselves. Mm-mm.
Battle of the guttural syllabic responses. Well, how about I just come along and keep an eye on things and see what this Canabrin is all about?
I don't think we can.
Then it's
manage.
settled.
No,
I'll ride
no,
with
it's
you, she says,
Very
pointing
good.
at
In the
Valamir.
cage, then.
No cage. I'll just be lightly upon your mount. And she flies, lands, walks over, and scrambles up.
Lizzie, I'm so sorry. You are in no condition to travel the distance we need to go.
She is in no condition to take care of herself alone.
Till she is able to fly by herself.
We
should
will protect her
remain
and
with
keep
us.
her safe.
Are you
If
able?
she promises to avoid any mischief causing that to any of our group.
She hops off of your horse, glides a little bit, lands uncomfortably, walks over, flies up to the giant warhorse Pebbles, only gets halfway, catches her breath, flies again to get as high as she can, comes up to you and is now on your shoulder, Caven, and says, "You're not so bad after all, are you?"
It is my duty to protect those who need it.
And she gives you a little kiss on the cheek and says, "Well, it's going to be fun.
No mischief, creature.
To Canabrin," she says, pointing in the wrong direction. And we will take our break there, and we will be back in just a little bit. The battle is over. The Pixie Lissy is riding with Caven, and some of you had something you wanted to do after the battle.
I believe Valamir said before in an offhanded comment he was looting, but Fiona wants to look at this cage. How big is it?
Not very big. You
Like a
could not
bird?
fit in there.
That's good. Like a bird cage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very much like a bird cage.
She's going to take it with her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Where are you going to put it?
My bag of holding.
Ooh, that'll fit. So Valamir, you were looting?
Yeah.
You have found a bone spear, crude spear fashioned from wooden bone that's a little nicer than the others.
Okay.
You have found, oddly enough, growing on the leader some diseased mushrooms.
Piece of candy.
They're famunda mushrooms.
Oh,
See, bone spear, and then what kind of mushrooms?
diseased?
Diseased
Diseased?
mushrooms. You have also found a jar, a ceramic jar of tar. Jar of tar.
Jar otar. Okay. At some point then during the
Oh, and 2d10 silver.
2d10. 18.
That is the exact amount I was expecting.
Weird. Split, what, 5
Just
ways?
take the silver.
Give me 19.
Probably tax the rest of us anyways.
One for me, one for Valamir, one for Valamir, one for Valamir, one for me, one for Valamir, one for
Pretty
Valamir.
damn close.
Yeah, I mean, Valamir would be interested in the Pixie's cage as much as anything
Oh.
else.
Okay.
I would mind
We'll look at
taking-
it
yeah.
later.
Perfect. That is what I was hoping an opportunity.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah.
Okay, you guys are continuing on.
Are we gonna rest here for a bit? What time of day is it right now?
It was noonish.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are like too hurt. We could do a short rest.
Yeah, we
if
do a short
hit
rest.
dice need to
Take a
be
short
rolled.
rest would be great.
Yeah, that works for you too.
And I get yeah.
It is 2 days later.
I didn't even bother rolling. It's okay.
What's our 10 hit points?
Oh,
That
good
came
call,
quickly.
Good call. 4.
Yeesh.
As you are riding, you can see as you come towards a hill and off in the distance, far away, some dark silhouetted structure shapes on the other side of the hill. You know it to be the distant
Arches?
city of Canabrin. Lizzie, in front of you, in your lap around the pommel of your horse, she turns around and says, so you believe in a god, but you kill people. Isn't that against your gods? Don't all the gods in this world want to protect or something like that? Keep safe.
The pantheon of gods all have a different purpose. My god is the god of protection. Some gods are
Oh my god,
Judge.
so boring. Okay. She flitters just a little bit before her wings get tired, and she flitters and lands atop the other non-cannon mounted shoulder of Vessel. And she goes, knock, knock, knock on your head. Is someone in there? I don't get you. I don't get you at all.
Worship her!
She flitters away and lands on Aragus's pony and says nothing at all. And just rides in silence.
Vessel's head is still staring at her.
His head then goes forward, but the cannon takes
Yeah.
its place, pointed at her.
There's a dot on me.
Triple dots, and all I hear is all right, you crest this steep hill, and as you do so, you see a glittering ringed lake around Canabrin. Up ahead is your destination, the grand city of Canabrin, where 3 rivers and the heart of civilization meet. This city and the massive castle within are a splendor to the rest of the world. Flags rise high atop dozens of spires, extravagant balconies look over broad avenues. The rivers from the north and east converge to create a massive ringed lake around the city. The shores of the water are dotted with fancy docks harboring sleek sailboats and barges. A scattering of inns, stables, warehouses, and small shops line the shores as well. While not as fancy as the main city itself, this community outside the city on the banks of the shore is still rich and thriving compared to most other towns in Varennes. From the shore of the Ring Lake, it's a good mile to the city of Canabrin itself. A mile of brilliant, sparkling water, so it's almost like a moat, if you will, a lakeish ringed moat around the grand city. Sleek sailboats and official city barges make their way to and from the various docks to the shores of the ringed lake. You see there are roads going to and from. There's the big easterly road, I believe called the Queen's Way? Queen's Road, that connects and cuts right through the heart of this kingdom. There are multiple caravans that are arriving and piled up waiting to get access into the city, and multiple that are already heading out to the west to the kingdoms of Mirskan and even Thave. And they're huge docks that you guys are riding towards. You are not in the city yet. You're just on the outskirts of this shoreline with some docks, big ships, grand, well taken care of ships that are permanently just based in this ringed lake that are still beautiful to see as you approach this crowded area. What would you like to do? I will ask Lizzie first, and she instantly goes, ah, and disappears.
Oh, my, thank goodness.
I'm still
Finally.
Lissy? Lissy, did we lose you? Did you fall somewhere?
She's gone. Don't try to find her.
I'm sure she said she could pop in and out of the different realms. I'm sure she's just gone away. And she'll be back in a moment, if at all. There it is, friends. The grand city of Canabrum. Which way in? From the south? Around to the east?
From the south? It's the way we're heading north, so...
Seem no reason not to pass through the southern gate.
I've only been here once, and it was on our vessel when Vessel and I were on our way to Almithra.
Though these are your old stomping grounds, are they not, Aragus?
Somewhat, old friend. You know, it's every Willoughby's dream to make their way to the big city and finally make it to the... either maybe the Royal Symphony, perhaps. You know, playing for the Queen is no easy task. Of course, it's more of the outskirts of the city towards the north that my family is from.
Aren't you banned from the Queen's Symphony? For, you know, that incident?
Well, banned is a strong word. It's been a few years, you know, different queen and all that.
Kill on sight, that's what the paper says. And I can't be in 300 feet of a school. But
What time of day is
Jesus.
It is, no, say morning time.
it? Okay. Do we want to
Late morning.
get right to it? Do we want to stay here for
Well,
a few days?
Well, let's enter in and see what we can accomplish today and make that decision
Okay.
when it feels appropriate. If we
Unless
finish
we
our
were
business
anywhere
quickly,
near here, we were attacked. I'd still be on your guard.
Oh,
Of
Yes.
course, but not only for the ones who've been attacked. This is a large city, much more dangerous in places than Almithra could ever be, but also there are much more places that are nicer than anywhere Almithra has to offer. We'll find a bit of everything in a city this big. Don't get ahead of ourselves.
Who here can cast level 3 spells? I see 3 hands. Those 3 hands that are raised make Arcana rolls 18 or higher.
18.
Oh,
Yes. That was a 21.
Aragus and Valamir, you two get a sense that there is an air of magic here that is not stable. And you feel that casting a level 3 spell might add an unstable component to said spell.
Is there... There's no arcane anchor here in Canterbury, is there?
Cascade Arc? No.
Cascade Arc?
Cascading Arc? No. Is that what you're asking?
Well, we were talking... Originally, there were arcane anchors for the ley lines, to my knowledge.
I don't know that term.
Strange. What was damaged that we fixed by Valamir II?
I don't know if that had a particular term. What you guys have been asked in that message were to go after Cascade Arcs to realign them.
Okay. I swore arcane anchors fell in there somewhere, and that's what the term used, but...
I have no use of the word anchor at all this season in my notes.
Okay. Very good.
That's as conclusive as I can give with
Yeah,
my search.
well, I mean, you know.
You guys are approaching the city, and you have that sensation, you two.
So, looking at Valamir kind of feeling the energies around, Arius will just say, Vessel, be very cautious about casting your most powerful magic in this space. Something is different here.
Something is not...
That includes my healing.
Only the most powerful of your spells, my friend. Say, level 3. Out of maybe 20 or so? Maybe 9, perhaps? 9, 10, something like that?
Valamir will fiddle with the attuning rod to see if he can get a read on it with the in this area.
Make an Arcana roll again, please, sir.
23.
You are confident there is nothing dealing with a cascading arc nearby.
Okay.
Cool. Caven wants to
How are
visit.
there many anchors? Though? What was that, Tim?
Caven wants to visit the Temple of Selene.
All right. Well, first, you guys have to find a way into the city itself. So your road is leading the way into a major dock section. There is a caravan that is just now heading out of 5 wagons with a couple guards on horseback. You guys get off the road and let them pass by. They nod, and you approach, and you essentially are in a line for the docks. There are a bunch of city guard there. There's some huge long sailboats and barges and different wagons, horses, and just a lot of people are coming and going across that mile-long moat, beautiful moat, if you will, around the city. And you guys wait patiently on your horses. There are people that are selling you, they're trying to sell you all sorts of tasty treats, some nice smelling meats on sticks, some candied apples, and here, buy this. Hey, you certainly need this. Or want to take a load off? I've got an inn over here with some great rooms, and trying to provide all the comforts you need before you even get into the city.
So this area has structures still, even though we're not in the city.
Yep.
We're in the burbs.
Yeah.
Burbs, yeah. All right.
Anything that might deal on a Route 66 style thing before you
Gotcha.
get into the city itself.
Boat tours, see the whole kingdom, $2.
As you get closer and closer, there are official city guards that have glorious armor on, big plumed helmets. They look hot, but still very official and pretty respectful as they interact with people. And they finally come up to you guys. And one of the guards says, "What is your business in Canterbury?"
Travelers, dear friend, come to see the greatest city in all the realm.
He takes out a scroll and says, "I'm going to need to know a little more than that, and I see some blades upon you. Tell me you won't be stirring up trouble in the city."
We will not be stirring up trouble in the city.
Excellent.
Of course
Not
not.
with such a noble city guard to protect it with.
Ah! And will you be bringing your horses across? It's 2 gold for a horse, 1 silver for yourself.
Is there a proper stable here we could leave them
Well,
at?
there are 2 over here. There's the cheaper one is 3 silver a day. The nicer one is 5.
I don't think we'll need our horses in the city.
Oh, of course not. It's a matter of,
I do not want to skimp on
Yeah.
old Betsy here.
Quiet, you!
It's abusive.
How do we get across? How do we get into the city?
Your silver gets you ferried across.
Okay.
And you can be next in line. Once you come your horses, just come straight to the front.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Wonderful.
And Fiona heads off in the
Yeah.
direction of the nice stable.
All right, you guys can
hitch our
stable your
horses, yeah.
horses there. It's 5 silver per day per horse. They will give you guys a discount of 2 gold pieces for all 5 of your horses per day.
Caven dismounts and pats Pebbles on the head, and he disappears.
Just flat out disappears?
Yeah.
What the hell?
So do we get a better discount?
Shall I touch my horse?
What was this? What was this call again?
Fine steed.
Find steed. You can just dispel it,
I can dismiss him at any time.
and it doesn't take 10 minutes in a grand ceremony to do that. Hold on.
Trouble is anyone can dismiss it randomly.
Yeah. As an action, you can release Steve from his bond anytime, causing it to disappear. All right, you do that, and you cause a stable boy to go, "Oh, what was that?
I believe that was 1.5 gold.
Was that a haunted horse?"
No, not haunted at all.
A
but
big, beefy guy comes in some overalls. "We don't want haunted horses around here.
I have no horse.
There's an invisible horse here, Pa."
There's no horse here.
name
He
is
gets
Harvey.
he gets out a pitchfork and starts stabbing around the air.
We're all right.
I'm no fool. I know.
Accidentally stabs the pixie.
Yeah, that's a little bit of weight on this. Feels like wings.
Less
Reappears on the edge.
How much to house these 2 ponies and 2 horses?
He eyes warily the sorcerer cave-in. What exactly did you cast? We want no sorceries here.
I am a paladin.
I don't know what that means.
I am a guardian of Selene.
So this was a holy horse?
Yes.
Yes.
All right then. Stabs!
Holy shit!
Holy child.
Don't sneak up like that on me, son.
And he says, then yeah, we'll give you 1.5 gold then for the 4 horses.
Okay, I got it. And she hands over 1.5 gold.
We'll make sure they're well cared for. Even this old nag.
Don't talk me bad about old Betsy. She's a fine steed.
Only I can do that.
If it's not a spider, he's an asshole to it.
I mean,
Why
Spider,
couldn't you have 4 more legs?
You're nothing like my last mount.
Spider Fang has a lot bigger and a lot more shoes to fill.
All
you
right.
know.
All right. You guys have your horses taken care of. You return to the line, and the guard gets you on board the next sailboat, where there are about 15 people that climb aboard. A couple come off, and you guys climb aboard.
What race are the crew members?
These are all humans.
Fiona's gonna chat one of them up.
The sailboat takes off and starts gliding across the beautiful blue water.
That's a very good question. Do we stand out in particular as a group traveling together? Like you said, it's mostly humans. Like, are the people just looking at us strangely? Are others common in this area? Goliaths, lizard folk, whatever. Yeah.
They are more human than Almithra percentage-wise. So there are a little. So the racism is like 8% more. To maybe you two, in particular, are little guys, but even more so the more weirder-looking ones of the Goliath and the Warforged. You're getting a couple looks, but they're fine. But you may not have like full voting rights or something like that. You know.
Perfect.
So it's like Portland.
She just wants to talk to like this skipper or whatever, not the
Okay.
captain, but like, do you guys ever take the river to
Ganderlock.
Ganderlock?
When I
Or
know,
do you know anybody that does?
yes, there's
Are there
barges that
ferries?
do.
Okay. How many days does it take to get there?
Ooh, going upstream.
Nobody knows.
Hold on. I'm
No
checking
one's
my
ever
map.
made it back.
Since that haunted horse came around.
I'd say well under 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness. How long would it take for a horse to get there?
Probably a week.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And if you're looking for help, just ask one of those barges over on that far northern side. They do the runs up there, and ask for Captain Feinstein. He can help you out.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. It's the only thing.
Weird name for a boat captain.
Yeah.
The worst thing on here. You guys glide across the water on this sailboat. It is more beautiful than you deserve for a ferry boat. There are others crisscrossing. There are barges going to all 3 of the different rivers and this glorious city before you. It is a very vertically designed city, which is essentially a very tightly packed island with huge buildings, 4, 5, 6 stories tall, multiple balconies and connecting pathways and catwalks between them, even a couple avenues that are 2 or 4 stories up that connect all these different areas. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can see the Queen's Castle off in the distance, as your boat is pulling in. This captain's name is Saint.
Saint Feinstein?
Uere is his
Yeah.
last name. He says, so where are you off to?
Oh, we're gonna meet an old friend in the city, and then off to Ganderlock.
He says, I'm not surprised. A gnome going to Ganderlock.
Yeah, my parents are there.
I happen to have a gnomish invention myself.
Oh yeah, what is it?
It is this, and he takes out he goes into his little cabin, comes out with a tankard. He says, it stirs my drink and keeps it cool.
That's awesome. I
Yes.
love this.
And you can see it has the name on it, Magical Tankard by Tumblepot, carved onto the bottom. You're going to write that down as loot. I saw that.
Well, that's my family.
He says, oh,
We make inventions. I make inventions.
what do you have? Perhaps I can buy something.
Oh, I do. And she has a little, like a clockwork spider that looks very familiar. It looks like Spider-Fax in her hand,
All right.
who does a little like chittering around. I've been making a few of these. They're prototypes right now, but you can have this one.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you just hit this button on the top and it'll go everywhere.
And he takes it. Oh, that's amazing. And then he reaches into his pouch. How much?
Oh,
30 gold at least.
for you, sir, 2 silver.
He gives you 5.
Okay.
Wonderful. Hey, take a look at this. And all the crew pays no attention.
Needles start coming out and stabbing everyone.
Oh, God. You
All
can
those
sell it.
disease
appears on the-
mushrooms
oh,
are
okay.
for.
No Tom Selleck movie references.
Spiders and needles. I couldn't go anywhere else.
No, Tim was doing season 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
You were doing, what's the name of the movie?
Man.
I can't remember.
All right.
Gene Simmons is in it.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy.
It's real bad.
Gene Simmons is the bad guy in that
Gene
movie?
Simmons
All right,
is the bad
audience,
guy.
hold on. We're looking up Tom Selleck
Gene Simmons.
robot movie.
It's done in the Blade Runner style. But I
It
forget what it's
is
called.
Runaway.
Runaway.
Runaway. Anyways, 1984, everyone. Don't see it. Moving on.
Welcome back to our Tom Selleck movie reviews podcast.
We're going to spend the next hour quickly down under. Chris, go. Horrible. Every movie. Chris, go.
Worst movie I've seen.
Red Letter Media ain't got nothing on us.
I hate Australia.
Thumbs down.
Schindler's List, go.
Hate
that's
lists.
Horrible to be in. No.
All right, your sailboat docks at this glorious dock. It is made of stone, beautiful carvings. It is incredibly well kept.
How are the arches?
There are no arches here. You think
Disappointing.
they even keep somehow the sea smell at bay. It is just beautiful, and you disembark and are now walking amongst the streets of Canterbury. Above you is a series of walkways 30 feet up that are connecting multiple buildings that are a sight to behold with railings. You can see some people walking up there. Almost has a sci-fi vibe to it as you're walking through. You can hear the clamor of church bells off in the distance, and you were in the grandest city in all of Varennes. What would you like to do?
Visit the temple.
Bunch of coke. I mean,
Can we just go to Ganderlock now?
You've seen it. It's not bad. Let's go.
Well, we have some things to do here. Valamir, Fiona, where would each of you like to start?
Well, I think it's been a few days since Vessel or Caven have been to a temple. I'm sure they want to do that. And we could probably glean some information as to where the Queen's Cabal is there.
That's very wise, Fiona.
But there is some shopping and looking around I need to do at some point before we leave.
Well,
Indeed.
find our way to the church, I suppose.
Temple.
Yes.
What is the difference?
Synagogue of Solene.
What is a temple and what is a church?
Church is
The ashram of Solene.
gathering of people. And
Mosque
temple is
of
where
life.
the workings, the iconism, the majesty.
The church has a tie. The temple is more of a suggestion.
All right, you guys make your way through the big, huge streets, past all these massive tall buildings to the Temple of Solene in Canabrin. It is the grandest focal point of all of Solene in the entire world of Varennes. It takes the very nice church in El Mithra and vaults it up to a whole other level. The place is ginormous. It is an old structure, but very well maintained. Caven and Vessel, you two feel very at ease and secure in your magic. So you didn't even have that this unsettling feeling before. So
I didn't even notice
no,
it.
you do not feel even more reassured, but you will be.
Isn't this where the priest that you snubbed for the position in El Mithra came from? Somebody came from here, did they not?
Perhaps.
The inappropriate one. With the choir boys.
Different church.
Yeah, that's a church. That stuff doesn't happen.
We're
in a
not real big on the
temple.
religious crowd with the religious crowds.
And you step inside huge stained glass windows depicting amazing moments of the church's most venerated past. And those moments happened here around Canabrin, within Calaviaire as well. There have been historical moments for Solene throughout all of Varennes, throughout many ages, but they really highlight the stuff in Calaviaire. So the studies that you two have done about the church, the readings, you're not only seeing the illustrations that you read in books here in frescoes and
Glass.
frescas
Stained glass.
and stained glass, but you're actually walking amongst some of the structure where things happened. The great holy lord so-and-so from long ago who defeated so-and-so, and all these different things happened within this building. The great second renaissance of the church, where it changed from this barbaric blah 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 to what you know today, happened within this temple. So you arrive here. There is the largest statue of Solene you've ever seen, 60 feet tall inside the building. There are two lower ranking priests up on a balcony in this huge worshiping area that are just chanting this Gregorian style chant that echoes beautifully throughout. There are a bunch of people coming and going, probably like a really popular tourist site, like in, I don't know, the Middle East or something like that, where everyone's just coming and going. So it kind of loses some of the mystique for you two guys, as this is more of just the main populous area. But there you are.
Caven goes up to the main statue to just spend some time meditating, like trying to reconnect with his goddess.
All right.
There is a. I imagine this was the burial place of the last high priest, Inmus. Vessel gives, of course, his sign of respect to the very large statue for Solene, but also wants to go and pay respects at the high priest's burial spot.
Okay.
You can find it.
Sure. You find yourself asking around, and a priest there recognizes you as a priest of Solene and takes you to a special burial area off to the side. There are several priests there and holy figures that are interred. Is that the right word there? And there is the coffin with an engraved picture of him behind it, carved in stone, of High Priest Inmus.
And this is out in public view, or is this in the catacomb
No,
area?
it's not in the catacombs. It's a side alcove that anyone can go to, but no one really does.
Okay. Kind of just feeling around. I have no reason to be suspicious, but recent activities at the other Church of Selene would prompt Vessel to try to attune himself to feeling for that presence that he had felt before with the Lich violating the church before.
Okay.
And he'll just wander about. If he knows that there's a catacomb here, he will probably make his way there.
Okay.
I just see you burning magical incense around as you just walk
It's
around.
possible.
No, he's got like, what is it, a key meter from Ghostbusters?
Just walk up.
Quiet. Do you smell that?
You smell that? Yes.
All right. After some time, you open your eyes, Caven, and see there is a man dressed in high priest robes you have never seen before, waiting patiently off to the side. There are other people that are gathering around him, and he nods or he lightly touches them on the forehead, but he clearly is waiting for you.
I get up and approach
All right.
this unknown man.
He is a white-bearded fellow, has a peaceful look in his eyes, and he says, "Good day to you, Guardian of Selene."
And to you, I apologize. I do not know your name.
He says, "I am High Priest Sonis, and I apologize. I do not know your name. I have only seen your face before."
I am Caven Boulderfall. I assume that you were in Almithra, where you saw me last.
We have never met officially. Only the eyes of Selene and the gaze she has given me has shown me that one day we might meet. But when one meets a guardian of Selene, it can sometimes bring interesting days ahead. Would you like to speak? He motions towards a more private area away from the main people.
I am happy to listen.
And he says, "Well, that is good, because that is just what I was going to say of you." And he walks with you and takes your arm, loops his arm around your arm, and walks closely with you. "So what brings you here, Guardian? Are you here for travel on a personal reason? Is there a quest which you are upon, or is there some deeper calling?"
Well, as you know, as a guardian, I am always heeding the call. But my travels here are with my companions. We are doing the work of the Illumine Academy. Maybe even of the Queen, you could say.
Are you able to share what this work might be? If not, I understand.
There's something going on with the ley lines in Beren. Are you familiar?
Yes, we have been informed about this for some time, though the details are beyond us. It's more of a secular magical nature.
Yes, I am no expert. That's for the other members of my party. I have a question of you, High Priest Sonus. Have you experienced any odd sense of evil around this temple?
This is a temple, as you know, of light and protection and respect, and those elements are just not allowed here in any shape, is what I would have said until last night. I found myself plagued by a dark dream, the likes of which I cannot remember ever having before.
Do you remember your dream?
I remember a dream of a bony hand clawing at me and the church and the city and the kingdom.
I wish I could say it's only a dream.
I do not like how this conversation is turning.
In Almithra, we encountered a lich in the crypt underneath the temple there.
Within the temple itself.
Yes, it had opened a portal from its own plane into ours.
That is unbelievable. Blasphemous and unbelievable.
I very much question the strength of Solene's leadership in Almithra, of those who are in the temple there.
You speak of High Priest Pamet?
Yes, as well as those who support him, or maybe control him.
I will not speak of High Priest Pamet right now. But continue.
I just caution you. There are things going on in our realm that are new and that are unknown. Would it be appropriate if my companions and I take a look around the temple?
You do not seem to understand. You are given everything we have at our disposal to aid you in any way you need. You are a guardian of Solene, whether it is in the city of Almithra or beyond. You are still the guardian of Solene. What you need is what we will provide.
I appreciate that.
It's the kind of leadership we like.
A little night and day.
I do not want to take advantage of my position, nor do I want to throw around whatever authority that I have been given. This is your temple, and I am a guest. I appreciate your cooperation, High Priest Sonus.
Says, of course. You can see Priest Nogri. He is a small, cheerful fellow, but he handles a lot of our day-to-day affairs. Whatever you need in the form of resources or information, he will be happy to provide.
Priest Nogri, thank you. We will be here in the city for perhaps a few days. If you need any assistance, let me know.
Very well, and I will assume you and your companions will be staying here?
If there are proper accommodations, then that would be
Again.
wonderful.
You are guardian of Selene. Accommodations will be made.
In your room will be fine.
Floorboards out of here!
Racist.
I'm actually the guardian.
I have the official title!
I still have some of the cloak left.
All right.
Thank you for your kindness.
He bids you farewell. You are continuing to search the catacombs, and anything else you folks would like to do?
I will probably go shopping with Fiona whenever she goes,
Yeah.
if that's okay.
What are you looking for?
I want to go to an armor and get a shield.
I'm hearing a lot about these shields.
Mm-hmm.
I've inspired a whole trend.
Guess what? In Canterbury, it'll only take 12 hours.
Physical shield, yes.
You do? What does it look like?
Ooh, that's a great question. I haven't put much thought to that. It would be standard, round, simple and blazoned, probably even very small,
Right.
glyph of slow lean, but no ornamentation beyond that.
Very good. I want to find a little version of that.
Okay. You find a buckler shield, also known as a tower shield
Yeah.
for you. That will be 8 gold.
Done.
Wait, I meant 12. 12 gold.
And they have a generic looking one. They also have a fancy one that has an imprint of the city of Canterbury on the outside.
Nope, just the one that looks exactly like Vessel's.
All right.
I'm just, to be honest, trying to become Vessel.
Valamir would be
Slightly
looking
disturbing.
for a magical shop of some sort, or
Magical shop.
bookshop, parchment, maybe gift cards, anything. in that
Apothecary.
nature.
It does not take long for you to find such an area. Looking at my notes.
2 gold Applebee's card. Very nice.
Scroll of Applebee's.
And Valamir has switched into his Lumine Academy professor robes.
Oh, all right.
Very nice.
Swinging that academic.
You have found a place after you ask about magical related stuff. Multiple simple store owners point you to Azure Street. As you get there to Azure Street, it is a medium length place with all sorts of interesting shops, like a Harry Potter thing, but less dark and foreboding, if you will, but more open and pretty. And there are a bunch of places here. There's Happy Imp Ingredients, Advanced Cartography, The Vision, Shifted Polarity, Petrix Potions, The Star Seer, The Scrolled Mummy, and The Mysterious Baths.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little window shopping then.
Can Aragus be with you?
Yeah.
The Star Seer, you're buying it. We're buying it. The Star Seer, we need that one.
Those are the names of the shops.
That's the that's the name. I thought it
Name
was
of the shops.
name of the book. Okay. We're gonna go in that.
Yeah.
Shop.
Okay. Star
Okay.
Seer. That's-
Fiona's there too.
Fiona is there. Yep, you three are there. You go to the shop that's labeled the Star Seer, and you push on the door, and it is closed. The only place that is closed, you can peer in banging.
Right.
There's
well, that's
no
nice of help.
response. You can see through the window. There's a table with a crystal ball on it. There's some tapestries depicting some great wizards and witches, and what looks to be at the far end a cramped elevator that is partially hidden behind a tapestry that has been left open. And it looks like no one's home today, though.
Don't do it.
Don't do what?
You,
dear Fiona?
I see your brain working,
It seems
and
like I am
looks like
worried
you
about the
really.
seer, and something might have.
Right.
Look, all of the other shops are open.
We can come back later.
Perhaps.
Don't
Very
do
well.
it. We're new to the city.
All right. All right. You have a point.
He disappears and dies where he wants to appear.
He throws Aragus through the window. Aragus, what did you do?
I'm lockpicking.
There was something like the altered vision or something like that.
The Vision, yes.
The vision.
Okay.
I guess we will instead go to the vision.
You go
That's
into the
where-
Vision. There you find a woman who is there, who is has a necklace with 2 large beads around it that she is touching one as you enter, and she says, "Welcome to the Vision. I knew that you were coming.
Indeed. I'm sure you did.
Sit."
Valamir does so.
I knew you would.
I also know that you will be paying a hefty fee. She says, "What is it that you wish to see? Is there a name or a place?"
What do you have for sale, good
She whips out a scroll, and it shows distances and prices associated with it. You show me how far and how delicate a location. and I will show you what you wish to see. For this is the vision.
Why do you take us to these places?
There's a certain fanfare that must be maintained here. However, you ask a good question.
Show me my father.
Oh gosh.
The haunted wizard of Zexa is what I wish to see.
She drops the scroll. Did I hear you correctly?
You did.
She puts the scroll away. You clearly jest, sir. Her voice changes.
It becomes Brooklyn.
What would the cost be for such a thing?
I've never been asked this before.
Huh.
This
Well-
needs the second scroll.
I'm not sure I would be comfortable in doing that.
Well, what would make you comfortable? Why don't you sit down?
Oh. I knew I'd make someone uncomfortable when I came here.
I always make somebody uncomfortable.
2,000 gold.
Whoa.
That is indeed a hefty sum. Excessive. I can offer you 50.
She laughs and laughs. Now, what can I actually show you today?
This has been just a prank, bro.
Right.
I guess we're gonna go.
Okay, and he leaves.
I got nothing more for.
Should have called her bluff at 2,000.
Uh-huh. I mean,
I'll pay you after it's done.
well, I believe the Guardian of Selene has nearly unlimited resources in Kennebryn.
Fiona would also, in the travels, like to find like a tinkering shop or somewhere she needs to acquire before Tom starts asking. She needs to acquire some materials for her project for the competition.
Okay. You may do so. You may spend as much money as you want, with it increasing your quality of the end result.
And I still want to go to a scroll shop.
Sure, yeah, you sure can.
What's 50 gold gonna get?
Decent.
Let's go 75 gold then.
Okay. Above decent.
Yeah.
Decenter.
75.
Indecent?
That's 25 gold.
Everything's an extra 25.
I'm assuming that'll come into play later.
Yes. You were able to get some nice tinkering parts, little metal bits, little cogs, little gears, all the different things that you need. And you also acquired one tinker part as part of that exchange for crafting something as well, as part of our tinkering rules.
That's all Fiona had.
Okay.
And could I retcon the Cirrus
Yes.
a little bit?
You are. Aragus is pulling you to get out. You go back in.
Sit back down.
I knew you. Oh, you.
Yes.
That caught me by surprise.
I do
brought
that
the
often.
2,000 gold.
I have perhaps a different request that may be more in line with...
More reasonable.
Well, reasonable is a word, indeed. The House of Greyspell.
All right.
The estates therein.
She does some thinking, and she says, "Oh, put your hands within mine."
Valamir does so.
And she thinks and mumbles some Latinish.
And he's kind of holding them, not like...
No, she needs e-reader grip on these.
Yeah, I mean, he's like specifically like not so that she can't withdraw, but like he's definitely kind of holding on.
Okay.
Yeah.
She says, "That is 4 gold."
Valamir is holding both her hands with his, and he's like, unfortunately, I do not have a third hand, but I agree to the price. Actually, mage hand! It whips 4 gold out of his pouch.
Oh, dear Lord. All right.
The first time I've actually used it with in a utility.
She reaches out with her third hand and scoops up that gold. And then she, holding onto your hand, says, all right, think of this place and try to image where it is, what it means to you, and what might be there, and then we will see what is there. And you start to think of your childhood home, and you start to remember moments of falling down the last step and skinning your knee, and cooking cookies with your mom and your dad in his study, and then you suddenly find yourself in your bedroom. Your vision, not your body, but just your vision with kind of like a very tight lens, so it's kind of blurred on the sides. You can see in a narrow tunneled view, and you can hear the seeress in your ear as well, and says, "We are here. What do you seek?" You can sense you can move around a little.
Aragus says something to the woman, still holding Valamir's hand. He just says, "Who is watching us right now?"
Is what you say to
The woman.
the woman, okay? She says, "I do not know who you speak," which you hear, Aragus, and you hear echoed in your head as well.
There is a study adjacent to the house. A workroom and a study. That is what I wish to see.
You are able to alter the view a bit, and you suddenly see steps, you see a foyer, you see what you think is a figure off to your right, and you look, but there's no one there, and then you are in an adjacent study, your father's study, with his big, huge table, and multiple globes, and chalkboards, and maps everywhere, and diagrams, and books galore, and scrolls everywhere, all of it there.
And I'm trying to take in the last works of whatever's visible in the moment, whatever Dad was working on at the end before he left. So kind of just taking that in, taking as much information in as Valimir can.
Okay. As you do so, suddenly there is a huge thunderous sound. You were only hearing voices. You heard Aragus's voice, you heard the seer's voice in your head, but now you hear a sound of a big thunderous sound. There is a huge crash, and your view jolts, and suddenly you are seeing a ginormous 40, 50 foot tall door of iron before you that was never at your house. Then you have an image of cold water smashing against rocks, and you have a jolt of pain and take 7 points of force damage and release the hands. Aragus, you see this as Valimir cries out and releases his hands.
"What are you doing to him?"
I did nothing. I don't know what happened.
"Explain."
I know I did nothing.
And as Valamir's coming to, where did we end up?
I've never
Where
seen
was
I've
that?
never seen anything like that before. This session is over.
No, not yet. You have done something. You have taken us somewhere, and we must see it through now. You must help us find out where that was. You know how abnormal what happened is. You know what your vision should have shown.
Make a persuasion roll.
Super my strength. Interestingly, 15.
She stands up and says, "I can't help you with that. I just provide visions of places. None of that seemed real."
But yet it is from you that we got it from. And it is real. And the realm I may need that knowledge for the realm.
She stands up and wraps a little coat around her tightly and says, It's closed for today. I'm tired. And walks over to the door and opens it for the two of you.
Fiona's there as well,
Oh.
just like rolling her eyes.
Madam, we do not wish to cause any further.
Then good day.
Okay.
Good day.
And as Valamir's leaving, he just says, "You should reconsider and seek us out. It would be to the benefit of all."
And I'm sure you know how to find me.
Well, that's assumed.
The pantless one is what I'm known as. You'll find out why.
He's just in the dark going, I know you're watching.
Yeah.
Why are you winking at the wall? Stuff like that.
All right, Aragus, Fiona, you guys, what else you want to do?
We'll head out. So,
Still need to find this
so-
scroll shop.
on the outside, as we leave, Aragus just says to the both of them, "I apologize for being distracted during that whole ordeal. I'm remembering something Cole said to us. Find the Starseer. We are being watched."
Indeed. Perhaps there may yet be a reason to.
Break and entering?
Yes.
We can come back tomorrow.
I believe you are on the right track. It is simply not the right questions. We may do better trying again with the others.
And it was Cole that was given the information. We might have to wait for him to catch up to us.
That is true. Or there might be something going on in there that would need our aid.
I do think Fiona is right,
Our
though.
inaction could cause further harm, and our inability to acquire more information that we may yet need.
Breaking in might cause more harm than good.
Oh, breaking in is such a
No.
pedestrian term. But
We'll go back tomorrow.
very well.
Let's keep shopping.
All right, anything else you guys want to check out here? You haven't been to Happy Imp Ingredients, Advanced Cartography, Shifted Polarity, Petrix Potions, The Scrolled Mummy, and The Mysterious Baths.
Scrolled mummy, I guess.
Okay, you go to the Scrolled Mummy. Inside, it is a cheesy-looking place with macabre stuffed monsters and such, including a mummy, just kind of like a Ripley's Believe It or Not little roadside type place. But there is also a strange, elven, frail-looking man behind a counter, and behind him are a bunch of slots like old-fashioned mailboxes at a hotel with scroll cases inside. And he says, "What? Who? You?"
Hello. I am Valamir of the Lumine Academy.
Of course you are.
Assistant to the regional headmaster.
And you seek scrolls of grand importance, or perhaps a stuffed owlbear.
I will have to pass on the owlbear for now, but the former indeed I do seek.
Oh, all right.
Show me your wares.
What kind of magic do you seek?
Wizardly.
What kind of wizardly magic do you seek?
Magic.
All of it.
All of it, you say?
All wizardly magic I do seek, yes.
Very well. I have scrolls that will do the unthinkable, the unmistakable. Have you heard of firebolt? For I have more scrolls than that. Do not you worry.
I see you are a man of great taste. How about light? I've got light.
Please continue with something more of...
Further up on the shelf. Maybe.
Yes.
I have spells, oh plenty. He starts rattling off some spell names. We
This
are
one
going
has 6
to...
syllables. Prestidigitation.
Do you have Wiggle Waggle Piggle Paggle by chance?
It's a personal spell. But
All right, he says, I have spells to chill the touch. I have spells. It's not. The website is down.
We cannot place any online orders at the moment.
I have.
He's now going through them by hand.
Yeah.
I have spells that will enfeeble people quite easily with a ray.
How much would such a spell of that be? A scroll.
100 gold.
Wow. Continue.
I have a scroll that will allow you to see that which is invisible. And if you are a mighty sorcerer, as you seem to be, not only could you cast this spell once, but you might be able to bring it into your own spell book, perhaps.
Fascinating.
We also buy scrolls and sell scrolls on consignment. Continuing on. I have a spell of web. I have more. Stand by. Don't rush. An old shopkeeper and his website.
Bend with
Damn this dial-up!
I have spells to blink. I have spells to erupt the earth. I have spells to fire arrows of flame. I have spells to haste. I have spells to cast lightning at enemies.
Tell me of this haste.
Oh, it's out of stock. Sorry.
Only one left.
He has a haste spell, concentration, 1 minute, 1 action, 30-foot area. Choose a willing creature you can see. The target's speed is doubled and it gains +2 bonus to armor class, and it has advantage on dexterity throws. And it gains an additional action on each of its turns it can do to make an attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. Just can't cast really another spell.
There's a 2-day waiting period to get that one.
Background check. I
Why does
probably
a
won't
wizard
pass.
need that? I should
Gray
have.
spell.
No, it's black spell now.
He says, I have its opposite, the slow spell as well. A wall of water and a wall of sand.
And the cost of those hastes and these slows.
Those are 200.
I could give you 100 for both.
That is not how this works at all.
Well, it's a bargaining. Are we not bargaining?
Welcome to the Avis Couture School of Negotiation.
I have spells that charm monsters or black tentacles that reach out from the earth, doors through dimensions. I have a shield of flame that can form around you, a storm of ice that can destroy
I will
your
perhaps
enemies.
have to come back at another time then. It is a little bit higher than my budget will currently allow.
He says, your budget is limited, you say.
I have a scroll for that.
Do you have anything in the bargain section? Maybe on clearance?
All of these scrolls came from the Lumine Academy.
Something out of date, perhaps. I'm not averse to an expired scroll.
Given a credit scroll.
Paperback scroll.
He says, I do have my most powerful one. If you ever come across some gold, you seem like a man who has means. I have a scroll of chain lightning. My most powerful scroll.
I could give you 100 gold for it.
It
now.
costs 6,000!
150. Nope.
6,000 gold.
I think we're gonna have to come back.
It sounds that
No,
way.
no. I have something for your budget. Wait right here. He walks off. You hear some rummaging, some knocking. Oh, damn! Oh! And then he comes out carrying a small stuffed owl bear. This is just what you need. Think of all the conversation starters you will have with this. Where did you get this? Did you slay it? Ladies like the owls.
But
I'll
they
tell you
don't
what,
like
good
the
sir.
bears.
I'll tell you what, good sir. If I can get this ring into that bottle, I'll take the owlbear.
I'm
15 gold.
I'm afraid the owlbear holds no interest to
You, Missy, look like you could enjoy an owl bear.
I'm good. That thing's 5 times my size.
me. Although I do have a question for you. The shop, the Starseer, why is it not open this day? Should it not be?
She's a fickle one, only does private seeings.
How does one get into such a private seeing?
I don't know. I've been told you know if you know. If you don't know, then you don't know. And I don't want to know.
And now you know.
I don't know if I know or not now. But very well. So be it.
Farewell!
This has been less fruitful than I would have hoped.
I have an idea though. Maybe we could go back to the Starseer shop and you could leave and slip a note under the floor,
Indeed.
under the door.
That does sound like a fair point.
May not. It's probably not going to work, but who knows?
That is a grand idea, though, Fiona. I do like it.
Just don't
I will abide.
don't be naughty.
I will abide. Valamir will. He.
Dude, Valamir.
Yeah.
The whiz abides.
The Wiz abides, I like that.
Valamir does have parchment, and his ink is magical, and he can write a letter as he chooses.
Okay.
And he can erase it whenever he wants to as well.
All right.
So he's going to write a letter to the Starseer that Valamir Almarin,
Maybe use your old name.
formerly Greyspell the Third, wishes a audience with the Starseer to speak on matters of import. And this is our location, and we would appreciate their attention.
And specifically, what is your location?
We're staying at the church.
Do you know that yet?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think you know
If you know, you know.
that.
She just goes around to random people. Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know?
She's like, damn, got played.
It's fine.
I would say like outside of the church
Yeah,
at this time.
yeah, in the
Just
vicinity.
leave a message with the church. You guys have done that before.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, to check in with the Church of
Do I
Soul.
sound like an ass when I say that? Okay.
And then going our way. I would like to at least look at the advanced cartography to see what's there. But
All right, your advanced
I don't
cartography.
want to
They
waste too
have
much more time.
a bunch of maps for sale of so many different things. Whatever you can imagine, they have maps for different prices based on how rare. You can have just a broad overview of the continent for like a couple gold, but very detailed ones about cities, historical places, modern places, natural places.
Historical places.
And this guy sells a magical one for 500 gold that will map as you go for you.
Interesting.
We come back after the competition for this.
Indeed. If that does sound like a valuable tool.
For now, how much for a standard map of the city?
He gives it to you for free.
And one
Star maps! Star maps!
I have a bus coming along.
See the Buskier Mansion!
and of the historical locations, the map therein.
Yeah, what are you looking for there?
All historical locations. A map of historical locations.
Well,
is that
there's what specific place?
What era?
Yeah, he can do like all of Varennes from the old Byzantine, all of Varennes for the Chalorn as best as they can.
Yeah, both of those.
Okay. Those would be 10 gold each.
I will buy one of each.
Okay. I don't know what power I just unleashed.
Fiona is interested in that map.
The free map that Aragus just got, is it a new map or is it like an older map?
No, it's current.
Okay. I only ask because he is looking on the map for the Queen's Cabal's, any mention of Cabal.
All right.
Um,
You scour over that map while he's dealing
That's
with
a
the price there.
great call.
You look over it, you see no mention of it at all.
Yeah. Just as I thought. Even on this map of the city itself.
Maybe Vessel and Caven have found something.
God, I hope not.
Well, about the
I'm
Queen's
kind of
Cabal.
enjoying the three of us doing a hang.
Yeah, it's nice.
You
A little
know,
shopping trip.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Just a
we're
friends
gonna,
thing, you know?
We're
Just
gonna,
a
we're
private
gonna
friends.
have to meet up with
I
the
bought
others.
shoes. I love what they did with your hair.
Yeah, I am content with. Do you have any maps of Sexa?
Ooh, that's an interesting one.
Old or new? Present or past?
Old will actually cost you more.
That is an interesting question. Yes, he has a map of old Zexa, but that is expensive at 40 gold.
I will split that with you.
So for the 3 maps, can we do it?
And he has a map for 25 gold of newer Zexa, but it's only the shoreline because that's as far as anyone's gotten in and gotten out.
So that would be for all 4 of these maps, 85 gold. Could we perhaps have Aragus discuss maybe a better price with you?
Make a persuasion roll. Got to beat a 12. No, sorry, 11.
Persuasion, you said?
Yes.
Where am I looking? P word. Got to beat a.
Well, you rolled
11.
an 11.
I
so
know. I just have to confirm.
as long as you have a plus
16.
Okay. Yeah. He 85. He'll do 70 for everything.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, I'm willing to pay that.
Yeah, I'll do 35 with you.
All
You're
right.
not interested in the map, so I'm not going to make you pay for them.
And I mean, there'll be communal mappage if anybody
the
wants to look at
Chilor
it.
and,
Yeah. Yeah, there. Anybody has access to them, I'm not going to keep them.
And
hidden away.
the other, I know I'm not there, but just for me, the other map auto mapped as you go along, or
Mhm.
what's the story? So
Yeah,
it just
and it's
follows
not a
you.
mapper.
Yeah.
It's not a map.
built-in cartographer.
And
Interesting.
it has like a 10-foot long scroll, so you can create maybe a couple different maps, but then we'll start to destroy and
oh,
other
I
maps
see.
will
I
kind
see.
of fall away.
Okay. That's still fun.
But it
Did
can
you-
actually do different scales as you control it with command word. So it can do where I want to map this region of the mountains or this dungeon that I'm in.
And you can create like a map of a dungeon and then just put that aside, and now it'll be there, and then it can create a new map.
No, well you can, but then you don't have control, and then it's going to go up when you start to make the next one.
Okay,
and
gotcha. You only have a limited amount of
like
space
5 or
in
6
there.
of them,
Okay,
yeah.
that's
And then
interesting.
it's gone.
Yeah.
It's on a loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continuous record.
Yeah. Okay.
To the temple? Was that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, let's meet
Yeah.
up with the others.
All right, you guys are all together, and Vessel, you have uncovered no unusual disturbances of necromancy or effects in the church in any place whatsoever. The temple.
Fantastic.
Oh shoot! While we were there, I would try to probably find out more about these diseased mushrooms. Maybe with the alchemy shop.
Okay. They are willing to buy all those mushrooms for 1 gold.
And a jar of tar.
I have no need for that.
What other use could I use the diseased mushrooms for? Do you have any use for these, Fiona?
Not the mushrooms, but that tar.
The tar is yours,
Thank you.
and I will eat the mushrooms.
Constitution save. Here we go.
Um,
That which does not.
Teleport. What?
could they be turned into a poison? Or something like tipped on a weapon? No.
No,
Okay,
no.
then I'll just sell them for a gold, I guess.
All right, done.
Bloodthirsty wizard. You are your foe's
And that
job.
poison shop is also willing to sell you up to a dozen chaos potions for 3 silver each.
Pass.
Yeah.
I am not into that.
Yes, you are.
Not
Oh, I
chaos.
would- I
Also,
would
that
be.
spear we should take a look
Yes.
at to see if it's magical at some point.
I will cast detect magic through ritual casting
Okay.
at some point to check on. Oh, actually, before I sell the diseased mushrooms and the jar of honey and on the
Jar
bone
of
spear
tar
as well.
is
Jar
not yours
of
anymore.
tar.
It is the opposite of jar of honey.
Yeah, I will still see if it is magical, even
Okay.
if it's not mine. I
All
will.
right. None of that is magical.
Okay, very good.
Even
How,
the spear's not.
Mhm.
Okay.
how much
the-
can we sell the bone spear
And the
for?
cage?
They want nothing. No one wants to buy that.
Why did you get
Is
to
it-
that?
Give it to Cole when we get here.
Did you check the
Find a
cage?
reason. Not yet.
Oh,
We
okay.
were gonna look at it together once.
Oh,
it,
okay,
like,
sorry.
settled
Okay.
down.
Alright.
I guess I'll retain the bone spear for now.
I'm greedy for knowledge. Okay.
All right, your group, you're all together in the church. There are some simple quarters they have made available for you guys. It's a communal room for the current 5 of you. When Cole arrives, will be enough room for him as well. And you are there. There's just a generic table, some chairs, some simple cots. Very Spartan, but it's yours and it's free.
Guardian, there were no disturbances that I could find. Everything appears sound
That's
and
good.
bound to Solene.
This temple and the people who serve in it are as I would expect. Much different than from Elmithra.
At least the corruption has not traveled to this location.
The priest shared with me that he had a dark dream of a bony hand that was tearing down the temple, the city, the kingdom, the nation.
Ominous.
This was a recent dream?
According to the priest, yes.
That is an ill omen. And when we spoke to, I had a seer, I suppose she was, of some sort, show me the House of Greyspell. And something happened during that vision. We were taken elsewhere and saw things that were not within my estates. It left me unsettled.
You do not know where you were taken.
It was a tall iron door. I did not recognize it, and I can only venture the wildest of guesses of where it might have been. Just a suspicion.
Whatever happened, the seer herself was also quite frightened. It didn't seem as though she herself caused the event, but more questions should be asked for
yes.
certain.
It is possible, with the things that are happening, that you and I have both felt Aragus, that affected her vision. It could just be an outshoot of that. It could be an outshoot of this mistress or messenger, as it were, of pain.
You know, I've been thinking about these feelings we've been having, and I'm thinking...
I don't think it's right.
You've
That's so funny. That's so funny.
No means no.
About this, the magical barrier, I suppose I can call it, I feel on myself, weighing me down somewhat. I'm not sure if you feel it yourself, Vessel, but I noticed the moment I felt it, Lissy went away. I'm wondering if the city itself has a magical barrier protecting itself from the Fae and any other sort of unwelcome guests.
I think she is probably hiding of her own accord, but I do not know.
It could be. I only now, with the information of this high priest having a vision of some kind, nightmare at the least. It's just a theory I'm thinking about, but I'm not sure. And secondly, I can't seem to find the Queen's Cabal mentioned anywhere on any map in this entire city. Nor have I seen a single red robe anywhere.
Is a cabal not a group instead of a place?
Did you by chance ask the priest about it?
No.
We should maybe do that.
If they are
He
loyal
goes back
subjects,
upstairs.
I mean, we did talk about that.
3 in the morning.
originally. It was something to ask them. I don't
If
know why
there's-
you seem so put out about it.
I mean to say, if they're as loyal as Reginald said he was in his letter to us, then surely they would be a bigger mention or something. We would have had heard of them in the city thus far. We've been here for...
Maybe, but it also might be more of a secret group.
I would suspect that we would know of them, but I would not be certain of that. I
If it-
think some more diligent inquiry would be apropos.
Granted, benefit of the doubt, if it is a new organization, they could just not be on the pamphlets.
But I am suspicious of them as well, Aragus. There is something off. I agree.
Yeah, all of these things, I'm not one for coincidences. All of these things seem to be circling around us, and,
Yes.
well, I just want the answers.
As do us all, I believe.
I'm, funny to say, I'm hoping Cole will be able to get something out of that seer more than myself. She didn't seem to be... She was immune to my charm, as it were. But where I fail,
was
often
quite-
Cole succeeds.
It is not your fault. She was quite old.
I didn't say it was my fault, I just said it didn't work.
Duly noted.
I wish to go back to the discussion of your vision. There is stories of the great realms of Selene that are guarded and present themselves as great barriers and arches or archways and doors
Arches,
to
you say?
the different realms within. What you said gave me a notion of that. The great Lyceum that lies in her territories is presented with a brilliant shining door to keep all out who do not belong. What if your vision encountered just such a door? Your messenger was instructing you not to go forward with your research. You were about ready to find something that I believe was being prevented in your vision. I don't think you were taking anywhere. I think you were being prevented to see further or longer in your vision.
Tom, question for you.
Mhm.
The image and the sensation and the feeling that I got from it, the way it was described, felt more ominous than, bright and cheery.
Make an insight roll.
Inside. Total was 17.
You are correct.
Yeah. It did not feel as though it was by the grace of Solene. It felt more dark, more ominous, less in the light of, and more in the shadow.
I agree, but the symbolism of the door is what drew my memory.
Indeed. And
This
for,
would not be of Selene, I'm sure. The Guardian and myself would have felt something. But you being prevented from seeing what was there is my meaning. That you were not taken away to a new vision, but prevented from seeing more of your existing vision.
I cannot rule that possibility out. It is not the sensation that I received through that. I felt like I had been taken somewhere, but such things are convoluted at best. The feelings, emotions, twisted and bent in certain ways, so that you see what they wish you to see and what they think you want to see at times. But the vision in itself was real, but I can't speak to its nature other than the sensation that it provided me.
I fear you may draw the ire of that which watches you.
I believe that it is not impossible
So
that
I will
have
be standing at your foot, at the foot of your bed for this evening.
creepy.
I
But
hope you do not
appreciated.
mind.
And I do not sleep
And I nor do not sleep or blink,
We're all in the same.
but I touch.
Yes. There.
I also snuggle.
He's a good snuggler.
I spoon.
It
Spoon
seems like it'd be a
engaged.
little.
Ah, you get used to it.
God.
From
I said I wanted
Black
to
hole.
be Big Spoon.
Maximilian.
yeah. Anything else you guys want to do or discuss, or fast forward to the next day?
Valamir and Fiona want to look at this cage.
Yes.
And identify it if possible.
And Aragus, would you perhaps be willing to hobnob about at the taverns and inquire after the Queen's Cabal to see if you can gather any information of them?
Certainly I can see if I can sing a song or two to get some people talkative.
You would seem just the right one for such a task.
Perhaps so.
All right.
Take,
So
take
Argus
these with you, and Fiona gives you 3 spheres that you can record different
Oh, great.
sounds on.
Cool.
As,
So you can be a
backup.
one-man band?
Yeah.
All right. The two of you are looking at the cage. There are are some Arcana rolls that will be necessary from the two of you.
Rolls or just
A roll
one roll?
from each of you.
I rolled a
That's
9.
good
I'm
catch.
actually going to use my hero point on that guy.
25.
Wow, that's huge.
That went on the thing, so. 15.
Okay.
So.
Was that
16.
the first hero point of the night?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I
Yes.
rolled
Okay.
a 1 and
One.
then I rolled
Okay,
a
but
2.
you doubled it, right? All right.
So 16 for me, and obviously her knowledge is much more robust than mine in this.
Yes. You have.
Which I'm not finding insulting at all.
This cage is an old Byzrin construction that was somehow found by the Knolls or on that post. You're not sure how it got around this Pixie, but it has a method of deadening certain magics that are within it. Not particularly strong ones, but innate ones.
Intriguing.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It could.
Not exactly what I was
permitted
hoping
questions,
for.
or is this?
Yeah, you
this
can be
is
right
an
there.
open discussion.
We're
Yeah.
all just in the middle.
This is
of
just me.
Yeah, I would
talking.
imagine we would be explaining as we're, talking to each other as we're figuring these things
Is
out.
it designed to be something to hold as punishment or pet?
Or prevention.
Or prevention, sure.
Make a history roll, two of you.
God damn it! I just need to roll it.
25.
Jesus Christ.
17.
17s.
You are quite familiar that this is definitely.
Well, this seems to be your wheelhouse, Fiona. I'm
This
quite
is
impressed
definitely
with
an
your
old
knowledge. We
Byzrin
must
luxury
speak a little bit
item, more of the pet vein
Pet
that
vein.
Vessel had
Okay.
mentioned. So less authoritarian and punishment based.
more. I had no idea of your extensive knowledge of Old Byzrin.
Yeah.
Quite
I've
extensive
got
and
extensive
impressive.
knowledge of a lot of stuff.
I see that. We'll have to maybe chat a little bit more.
All things cages.
Yeah.
Mud Bay Petco.
I'm not sure what to do with it at this point. We can still keep it.
I would think there would maybe find use for it in the future. I feel like
Yeah.
we will end up needing something to deaden some innate magic at some point. Feels like something we would need.
Might be worth some coin, too. Who knows?
Indeed.
Okay, very good.
That night, Aragus, you are singing some tales throughout a couple taverns. It is great having such a more sophisticated audience than you've had to deal with as of late. Make a performance roll for some small amount of cash coming your way.
All right, I can't roll lower than a 10, so that would be a 18.
With an 18, you come away with 1 gold coin of value for all of your efforts. You get a lot
Did
of...
my little devices help him at all? That I gave him?
No, he just my name's Cole and I'm a dick, and just kept recording those and throwing them into the crowd.
With a cannon.
I know. We're gonna have that happen when Jeremy next shows up. A random person. Look what I got.
Aragus merch.
You are able to get a gold worth of value. You are able to get word that a couple of people say they have heard of such a group, and someone says they had some dealings with them last month, and they can be found just on the backside of Azure Street, so you were not too far away from them, and tell you to knock on the yellow-doored tall building.
Is there a secretive knock one needs to give?
And there was no secretive knock.
Yellow door, back of Azure Street.
Yes.
All right. After gaining that information, still playing a few rounds of cards and singing and whatnot, Aragus will retire back to the church and share that information with everyone. We should probably go there tomorrow.
I believe in the morning, and then
Did Caven find anything out?
I have not been given an opportunity to ask the priest yet.
Okay. It is
Just
morning
been sitting
time.
around for a few hours.
It is morning time, Caven. You are meeting with the high priest.
Guardian of Protection.
Did you have any dreams last night?
He says, I did not. No dreams I can recall.
I'm relieved to hear this. Have you information on the Queen's cabal?
Yes, I've heard about some of their work dealing with the magical powers, again, of that secular nature. They are doing some repair work to keep wizardly functions going, but I have not heard much about it. They are held in some esteem by the wizards of this community.
Do you know where they assemble?
Yes. Behind the azure streets, a yellow-doored tall building. There is, however, a special knock.
2/8 notes and a quarter?
3 knocks, then 2 long knocks, then a third shorter knock.
SOS.
What is your business with the Queen's Cabal, may I ask, Guardian?
Part of our work is assisting them in their repair of this magic.
Then you will need to speak with Rothelin Daynor, is her name. She is the leader of the Cabal.
Daynor or Daynar?
Daynor. She is not the most trusting person I have spoken to. Seemed quite cautious. But I would imagine she may be busy having the Queen's ear quite often.
I appreciate this information. We will visit them today.
Best of luck.
Is there anything that you need my assistance with?
I need some new garbage bags, 33-gallon size.
The stretch kind?
Yes.
Okay.
Thinking of opening a soup kitchen.
And then when we're all together, as we visit the Cabal, I think we should be not speak of our suspicions of them. Perhaps just be friendly and gregarious, as I am naturally apt to be.
You should probably put that lightning rod away then. Alignment rod.
Indeed.
Isn't that what stops them from attacking you on sight?
Indeed. Pull it back out.
In out.
Yeah. Well, I think having the aligning rod and speaking of Reginald and us assisting him is a good way to get started. I don't think we need to speak of our suspicion of their intent or our leeriness of them so much.
Certainly.
That would make them more amenable to speaking openly of their
Certainly.
causes.
I won't mention it at all. I'll give them very stern looks, though.
Oh, I will be very suspect, but quite charming as usual.
All right, you guys heading there?
To the yellow door.
Yeah.
You guys walk
At the back of Azure.
a couple blocks through the city. Again, beautiful city, and arrive at Azure Street. Make your way getting a little lost behind one side of that street, and find a tall building, multiple stories, with a yellow door. You knock upon said door, and the door creaks open. And there is a robed young man there, and he says, "Good morning."
Good morning.
He looks confused.
I
We,
look confused.
we would like to speak with Rothelin.
I don't think so. I don't recognize you.
Do you recognize this?
Not bad. Not aggressive, but not a bad line. A little too.
Ask for Reginald.
Is Reginald about then?
Yeah, I don't think this is the place for you.
Oh, it is. This is the Queen's Cabal, yes?
He says,
We are friends of the Cabal, if you will, and I've helped them with some business down south.
I would know you if you were friends of the Cabal, and I don't know you.
So there is a cabal!
Well, may I speak with your supervisor?
Is there a shift manager around?
I'm not liking the way this is going.
The wizard Karen.
If there's a message I can pass on, I'm happy to do that.
Just tell them we're sovereign citizens and we will not be harassed.
I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
I'm not teleporting.
Do you have the alignment rod out?
Are we
Yeah,
free to travel or
I-
are we not free to travel?
I do draw the alignment rod out at this stage. Be like, this was given to me by one of your own. Do you recognize its nature?
Ow! Easy.
Do you?
Do you recognize
Just like
this?
slamming it on his
Now
head.
I do. The
menacingly.
meeting stick.
Yes.
Daddy?
Jesus.
Where did you come by this?
By Reginald. I already told you this.
I don't understand this at all. Look,
I don't understand you, and we need to speak with members of the Cabal.
I'm not letting anyone in here who I don't know speak with anyone. Especially, dare I say, brigands looking like you.
Then,
He dared say it.
Brigands!
then
I look like a brigand to you?
fetch Reginald or Rufflin. Bring them to us.
Again, if there's a message, if you know how to write and can pass along a message, I will be happy to get it to someone who will decide whether or not it needs to be sent along.
Do you assume I don't know how to write or read?
There's
There's
a
a single
note pinned
tear
to you
coming
along.
Assuming
well.
makes an ass out of you
Would
and
this
me.
help at all? And Fiona rubs 2 gold together.
No.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. Can't blame me.
So Valimir breaks out a piece of parchment and his magical ink, and he just starts writing furiously.
All right.
And it's reads something to the effect of
I like to believe for every mundane task you do, you waste a full cast of your image spell. Just have another guy do it.
essentially, yeah, just in quadruplet.
Dictation. Yeah.
No, honey, let's watch this romantic comedy. It's great. He's in the other room, the mirrored image is watching it.
It's like
You've been such a great lover the past few days.
So attentive. He's playing Diablo in the other room.
what was that
Got a
movie with Michael
podcast to go
Keaton?
to.
Yeah.
The mirrored image comes in. Dude, I can't keep doing this every day.
Send in Valimir 3. It reads essentially that Valimir Almarin Greyspell, formerly Greyspell III, and his esteemed colleagues have called upon the Queen's Cabal, as Reginald has recommended, and the very rude doorboy has prevented our entrance in and has halted our progress in our search for continuing to aid in their research and their repair of said ley lines.
All right, and was that Chris being a little snarky, or did you write the word doorboy in there?
I want it. I want it. I want it in the letter. I want it in
in
there
a
so bad.
more appropriate way, but yes, essentially I call him a door boy.
Okay. Oh boy. He takes this and says, very well, I will. You are Valimir.
I am.
My apologies. Please, won't you all come in? I'm so sorry.
Thank you, door boy.
Call me whatever you like.
He opens the door and says, yes, I had no idea. I'm sorry. You should have said so.
I believe I did, but that's okay.
Yes.
You were so caught up on other things.
Yes, come in. And he closes the door and says, the Cabal is always eager to speak with your family. And we will stop there for tonight.
All right.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Gas Guy 192 who was here tonight,
Yeah.
enjoying the stream with us on Twitch. Don't forget you can join us every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. We love hearing what you have to say. And also we've got a Discord. Drop by and chat about the show and give us your thoughts about what you think might be happening next or how we have failed miserably. Until then, we're going to jump into our after show and chat about what we think. And we'll see you next time.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.